Yo, what's going on, my good people out there? Appreciate everybody for tapping in to the panel. I hope everybody had a good week, and I hope everybody's ready for a better episode. We got a lot, and I mean a lot to talk about. Team USA plays in about an hour, so we're going to be live here after that on the show. They play against Australia. Funny thing is, Australia beat Team USA in 2019 and in 2021, so we'll see how that turns out today. Also, it was a big week in the summer league. We're going to get into that. And you can see the title of the show. The NBA Cup groups have been drawn. There's a couple different things this year and caveats and whatnot. So we're going to talk about each and every one of those groups. And then we have some other trending topics as well. But fellas, over this weekend watching Summer League, one thing in particular stood out to me. And what it is simply Reed Sheppard is the best prospect in this class.
No, he's not.
Let's just put that out there. Sign, seal, and deliver it. Stamp it, and just keep it there. He is the best player in this class. Mars, congratulations. You guys did it again.
You guys.
Again.
Why so much hate?
Facts.
Which team are we talking about? That which of Mars teams are we supporting right now? Which one is it?
The Rockets.
And when did they do it before this, Ron?
Hakeem
You
Olajuwon.
said it. You said it. Oh, Hakeem.
When did we not do it? I mean, last year we won the draft in 22. Okay, cool. We ain't win the draft. In 22. We ain't win the draft in 22. But we got Tyrese in 22 at 17. That's a steal. In 21, we got Sengun at 16, won the draft again. Like
Another steal.
We're just excellent at drafting. I don't know what to say. Now, everyone knows my feelings when we got number 3 pick. And I was very adamant on I think Ron Holland is clearly the 1 or 2 best prospects in the class. And my feelings towards drafting the player with the highest upside. I feel I may have to rethink that in terms of just my philosophy of drafting for upside, because the likelihood that all these guys reach their ultimate ceilings isn't very high. So if my belief is whoever has the highest upside, you take them, ignoring the floor of that player, how bad they could be if everything goes wrong, the median of that player, what if they just turn out average? I think I just got to rethink how I view prospects in the draft and maybe take more into account how things could go wrong instead of just thinking if everything goes right. So I got to rethink that a little bit. But Readers look great. He's too good for Summer League. Like, there's no need for
No, he is not, Mars. No, he is not.
He's too good.
No,
He's
he
too
isn't.
good. I just seen Deron Holmes tear his Achilles in the first game of Summer League.
So
Reed Sheppard has shown that he is good enough. He's too good for this level. We don't need to risk an injury to him or Cam Whitmore for them to keep playing in Summer League.
These are his peers, Mars.
He's too good for them.
Chill.
He's better than them.
These aren't his peers. They're not.
Good for them.
So
they
okay,
might be the same. They might be
so
the same age as
this
him.
is nonsense,
But he's
Mars.
better than them.
So
Chill.
that's
He
true.
is
So if
the
I'm
Rockets
better,
starting point guard.
Injury for this.
He's the Rockets starting point guard.
So if I'm better than everybody in the NBA, I shouldn't play. Is that what you're saying?
No, what
No.
I'm saying is, saying is, in an inconsequential Summer League where Reed Sheppard is clearly too good for this level, the Rockets have no reason to risk an injury with him or Cam Whitmore.
So what is he going to do, Mars? What are we going to do in the
work
summertime?
out? He's going to work out.
Which I can tear my Achilles in a workout. I could do that.
Yeah,
also.
that's cool, but he's not.
In fact, that's what happened. That's what happened to Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson very well did that.
Okay.
So
it's about mitigating the risk as much as possible. A game is more likely to play your Achilles than a workout. He's shown he's too good for the Summer League. I just watched Deron Holmes. No offense, sorry, Swiper, to bring it up, but he tore his Achilles playing Summer League.
Right.
Reed Sheppard has shown, Cam Whitmore has shown, they are way too good for this level. They were way too good against the Lakers. They were way too good against the Wizards. They are too good to be playing at this level where there's the only benefit to them is game reps. I'm sorry.
That's it.
I don't want to risk a long-term injury for getting game reps against guys you're too good for. There's no need for it. There's no need for it.
The question that I'm asking you, Mars, is why is it bad that, okay, sure, the competition level in your estimation might not be where you want it to be. Sure, I can get with that. No problem. But with that being said, I get to work with the Rocket staff. Not only do I get to work with the Rocket staff, I get to see some live action in only 2 games, right? Only 2 games that we've seen. Okay, sure, Reed Sheppard has been awesome. Cam Whitmore, I'm an advocate that these guys should be playing in the Summer League, because if you weren't playing in the Summer League, what else would you be doing? Where else would you be working out at? What else would you be getting work at if you weren't doing this? So with that being said, a guy like Cam Whitmore, I ain't saying that you should play the entire summer league, but the idea that you should be on the floor getting some reps in with your staff who actually know what we're going to be doing in the future, I think that helps. And seeing live NBA action, understanding the rules, understanding timeouts, understanding situations, all of that stuff matters as opposed to I'm just playing pickup games in the summertime and I'm developing bad habits. I think this is really good for these guys.
It was good for the 2 games they were out there. They came out healthy. Don't need them no more. I'm sorry, we don't need them. Especially Cam. Cam was there last year, won the MVP. He came out again. It was nice of him to come out. Brandon Miller's not going to see the floor anymore for Charlotte. Like, he came out, he played a game.
I don't mind that.
Cam Whitmore's in year 2 as well. So it should be the same thing for him. He's clearly too good. Clearly.
And I'm not saying that he should play the whole summer league, Mars. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that I think it's good for him. I think it's good for Reed Sheppard to get some reps with the class, with the staff that I'm running with. Because if I'm playing in the summer league, I don't know if I'm playing at UCLA or I'm playing in Houston somewhere, I could develop bad habits. And I don't want to do that. And I think that if I'm playing in the summer league in Houston, if I'm playing in the summer league with Houston, on this staff, they're not going to allow me to develop bad habits. Plus, the good habits that I have, they're going to enhance those. They're going to make those even better, as opposed to I don't really know exactly what it is I should be working on. Like, is this easy? This isn't going to be this easy at the next level, right? Because these guys that you're playing with, these are your actual peers. As good as Reed Sheppard is, I mean, who are his peers? These guys, not Dennis Schroeder, not Jalen Brunson. Those guys aren't his peers. Those are pros. He's not a pro yet. He's got pro potential. We haven't seen what he could do at that level just yet. Cam Whitmore, on the other hand, and I said this to you already, Mars, I'm not sure how long you're gonna be able to hold on to him because I think you got a log jam at the small forward spot, and I think he needs to be on the floor. And I don't know if he could get consistent minutes. 6'5", 6'6", I think that's how big he is.
And chill. I used to think not necessarily that Mars was tripping, but I used to be like, Mars, sometimes you gotta let something go to get something back. Mars, I'm 100% with you, and you were right from day one. Cam Whitmore goes nowhere. Everybody leaves before Cam leaves.
Oh, I'm not saying trade him. Whoa. Mars, let's relax.
I would say two people. I would say 2 people. Cam is in the hierarchy of players on the roster. Cam is moved up to number 3.
They're starting 5. They're starting 5 needs to be.
I can give you 4 or 5.
Reed. This is their starting 5 for 2 years. It needs to be Reed Sheppard
and Jalen.
Amen Thompson, and it needs to be Cam Whitmore. Those are the 3. From 2 years from now, it should be Reed.
2 years from now, not today.
Reed,
not on opening night this year.
Yeah,
Amen and Cam need to be the 3 starters. Or
okay. I get what you're saying. Okay.
Or whatever they would decide they want to do with Cam or whatever. I don't know. So but I know for dang sure, Reed and Amen are starting. And everybody, and I don't care what Şengün. And I'm being honest.
I was about to ask you. It sounds like we're moving on from Şengün.
As good as Şengün is, if Reed needs a better player than Şengün, I'm just saying if he needs a better player than Şengün, I want to move Şengün. But I think Şengün and Reed will play well together. I think Şengün is going to be a good player. No, Martin, I'm not one of them dudes. I'm saying he's going to be an all-star. He's going to be an all-star.
You're clearly one of those dudes. This is summer league.
Yeah, he's going to be an all-star.
This kid goes off in summer league, which mind you, Reed's
I think Reed gonna be like that though. I think Reed gonna be like that.
He's been dope, but this kid goes off in summer league, and now you're talking about if Reed needs a better player than Şengün.
I think Reed's
gonna be like that. I think
don't stand with Swiper.
I'm with everyone saying Reed has been great. But we aren't about to act like summer league is an indicator.
No, I didn't say that. I think Reed is arguably going to be the best player in this class. I think personally, if you telling me 2 years from now, I think Reed is going to be one of them 23, 5, 6 players, and he's going to be putting up really good efficient numbers. He's going to be getting to bing, 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 bing. All the stuff Ox loves, with great intangibles, great leadership, all the stuff that you're looking for, and him next to Şengün, him next to Amen. I agree. I'm agreeing. Well, whatever they want to do, their future for me should be Reed, Amen, 1,000%.
Reed Sheppard.
Amen is 1,000%. Amen's probably going to be a 3 long term. I doubt he's going to ever be a point guard. So Amen's probably going to be a 3. Reed he's primed to take that point guard spot from Fred probably after the season, because I doubt we're going to pick up his team option for 3 million. So Reed he's primed to go into that role next year, not the year coming up. And then that battle for the 2 spot is going to be between Jalen and Cam. That's already pretty clear that's what it's going to be. Bari's going to be at the 4. Tari's going to be our 6th man, and Sengun's going to be at the 5. The only spot that's in contention is that 2 guard spot. That's the only spot. Amen is going to be our long-term.
I can tell you that right now. It's not going to be Jalen Green.
Cool.
Well, wait a minute, Mars, and to Swiper's point, it's obvious that y'all don't feel like that about Jalen Green or Sengun. Why haven't you extended him?
Because it makes sense financially to not extend him. It just gives us more cap space next offseason.
Ox over here rolling his eyes. It's 11-13.
I'm just trying to figure out, am I in the Twilight Zone or something?
There's a lot of stuff that happened this weekend.
Ox just doesn't like because he said Amen Thompson.
No,
stop hating on him.
Yeah, Rock his Twitter is hating on Ox.
He just said Amen. I wasn't, bro. A lot like Swiper said. It's been a very eventful weekend. You know what I'm saying? They tried to off Donnie. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on. I'm discombobulated. He's up here talking about trading Sengun because this kid went crazy in 2 summer league games.
I didn't say trade him.
He said in 2 years.
He said if it comes down to it.
2 years from now? Yeah, if you want to upgrade it to the position,
man, Swiper stand on business. In 2 years, if it comes down to it, Sengun going back to
Turkey. If Embiid's available, I'm just saying.
If Embiid's available,
Reed shit.
We're not doing that.
Right, boys?
I'm telling you, like,
I was trying to sing Reed's praises, and it turned into breaking up my team.
The Houston Shepherd.
Where we at now, Mars?
Your team today.
Yeah, all it was, Reed Sheppard's been great. Let's
blow it up. We building it around.
Hey, man, it's like, we gotta go. Like,
Amen Thompson.
What are you talking about?
Amen Thompson, Reed Sheppard, and who's the other guy?
Yeah, who did you say?
Cam Whitmore.
And Cam Whitmore. This is what we building the unit around.
No, I didn't say Cam. I didn't say Cam. I'm not saying he's not good.
This is what we building the unit around.
Jalen out. Y'all can go. What is going on right now?
Jalen Green, are you still in that camp? Ox. No, I know Ox is. I don't know why I'm asking that question.
I wish we were doing this. I wish we was doing this show when Jalen Green Summer League happens, when he was averaging 21 on 50, 50, 90.
What was this?
I would have loved to hear the Michael Jordan comparison.
What was this?
We just going to be overreacting to
What was
Summer
this?
League.
What was this?
Did you forget?
When he played in Summer League.
Just 2 years ago?
21 years.
Is this after his first year or before
his first year? His
rookie year. Yeah, no. That's cool. I wasn't the Jalen Green.
I wish we were here for that, because now we're just acting. Reed Sheppard, he's averaging 22.
I mean, athleticism and rim pressure wins in Summer League, though. So I'm not,
more than half of these dudes.
He shot 50% from three.
Yeah, I'm saying that's cool, but you know what I mean?
But yeah, when Jalen does, it's not good enough. But Reed Sheppard, oh my god, yeah.
I think Reed Sheppard is a better player than Jalen Green. Like from point to point,
like today, or
no, I'm saying coming into the league.
You know, I'm not mad at.
You think Reed Sheppard now is better than Jalen Green was when he was
say that? Yes, he did just say that, Mars. Yes, he did. He did just say that.
I strongly disagree with you, Swipe. I strongly disagree.
That's cool.
You're welcome to your own opinion. That's fine. That's cool. Whatever. I'm just saying, like, this is just a crazy take talking about if Reed Sheppard needs a better player than Sengun, like Reed Sheppard is the future franchise player of the Rockets. I mean, he you know what? He very well may be.
I'm just early to the train. That's all that is.
But I'm saying, like, bro, y'all act like this because he can shoot the basketball in summer league.
That's what the league is, Ox.
The league is still so much more than the way y'all. I don't got no more.
When you not watching this,
it's not that the league is
basketball,
so much.
Ron.
Right, it is that.
Exactly.
Basketball, Ron.
And I won't argue that part. I won't argue that. But the fact that the game.
So why didn't every other third pick do this?
Most of them.
No, not most. Not no.
Jabari didn't look like this in his.
Not like. Look. Most. I'm not saying.
Yeah, last year, and then they shut him down.
Most top three picks cook in the summer league. This is not crazy for you to do this in Vegas in the summer league.
Scoop cook last year.
Scoop got hurt, did he not?
Yes, he
I'm
did.
I'm not
He
going
broke his
to
ankle.
right now.
I'm saying like Summer League is full of a bunch of I've been watching. Summer League's full of a bunch of different lottery
for no
picks.
reason right now.
It's dudes that are in their 7th
not
year
gonna
that are
play
still
with
playing in Summer League. I'm saying like
I'm not gonna play with y'all.
it's not promised to cook in Summer League. It's
Ox,
not
wait a
promised to come out in your first 2 games and look like you've been playing in the NBA for a few years.
Okay,
It
so
doesn't look like he's been playing in the NBA for a few years.
We've
Looks like he's cooking in summer league.
Yeah, because
the top 3
Reed
picks
has been
supposed to
great.
do.
Reed has been great, but he has not been the only rookie who's been great. So are we saying, hey,
No,
Cat and Rudy got to go to accommodate Terrence Shannon? Then
No.
they got to go. Like,
No.
are we doing that?
no, Cat needs to go anyway, but no,
Do that.
that's not what I'm
Please
saying.
do that.
That's not what I'm
Because
saying.
Terrence Shannon been hooping too.
He's
So-
great.
Don't entertain, Ox, don't entertain that.
He
Ox,
should
don't
be.
even
He should have got picked higher in the draft
No.
too.
Don't
No,
entertain that.
Chill, if you entertain this fight, I'll entertain anything that comes out of Mars' mouth right now.
I ain't talking
Yeah.
about Mars. I'm talking about that other stuff that you just saw. I'm
What?
talking about that. That you just saw.
Because I'm saying
But-
anything
Ox.
that Mars says in the next 10 minutes, I will entertain. If y'all are going to entertain what Swiper just said,
This
about
is
Ox,
trading-
you are the
Wait
troll
a
up here
No,
24/7.
man,
You stop
because
it.
the problem that I'm having with Ox
Monday,
is
y'all.
Ox is the
We going
epitome
back. We
of
just
talking
got
about
here.
basketball. You are the epitome, Ox, of talking about basketball. But when it's time to talk basketball, you don't want to talk basketball.
No.
What am I
Oh.
doing right now?
Let's talk
Talk
basketball
basketball right now.
Okay.
Y'all talking
Let's
fairy
talk
tales.
basketball.
No.
Talk about backing
we're
up
not.
some good.
Okay, so let's talk ball right now, Ox. Let's talk basketball right now. Reed Sheppard.
I think that's
Reed
what
Sheppard.
I'm doing.
Okay, so let's talk basketball. Reed Sheppard did not play with this amount of space, so I didn't know he can handle the ball like that. Reed Sheppard did not play with this amount of transition. I didn't know he was the athlete that he is. I didn't know he was that good of an athlete.
Why
But
didn't
because
you
he
think
played-
he was this kind of
It's
athlete?
not our fault you didn't watch Reed Sheppard play
That's-
basketball.
That's not. I'm not saying that. I didn't. That's
It's not-
bullshit
it's not
right there, Ox.
It's not our fault you didn't watch Reed play basketball.
So
That's your fault.
if
That's
that's true,
on
Ox.
you.
So if that's true, Ox, then explain him as a basketball player to me. So if I didn't watch him play basketball, you explain to me
what I'm saying, Phil,
No.
if you didn't-
What you're
if you
saying to
didn't
me
know-
is I didn't see Reed Sheppard play basketball, which I
If you
did
didn't-
watch him
if
play
you didn't-
basketball at Kentucky. So what you're telling me is that guys who play in college, their game when they go to the pros, it's the same thing. The game doesn't get faster. Their athleticism isn't enhanced. None of that is going on. So, Ox, explain to me what you saw in Reed Sheppard in college that you see right now that you saw
In college, he was doing this. He was doing this. He was cooking in college. Like we're watching Reed Sheppard beat Reed Sheppard. There's a reason he was the number 3 pick. There's a reason that they picked him 3rd. Reed Sheppard was cooking, shooting, doing all this stuff in college. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I'm not saying he's not going to be a good NBA basketball player. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I feel like the top 3, top 5 picks are supposed to cook in the summer league. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't cook in the summer league,
And
that
why?
doesn't make you weak.
Why should I cook in the summer league? Just off the strength that I was
Because
a top 5 pick?
you're supposed to be better than a lot of these dudes that are fighting for a roster spot. If you're a top 5 pick, you're supposed to get off in the summer league. Mind you, chill. I'm not saying that if you don't get off in the summer league that you're weak. And I'm also not saying that if you do get off in the summer league that you're just going to be a fantastic NBA player. All I'm saying is I think Swiper's a little premature with what he was saying. I'm not getting on y'all like, oh, Reed's not going to be this, he's not going to be that. But I am saying I don't think you should come up here talking about, oh, this is his team. Get Jalen Green out the way. We're going to like if we need Reed Sheppard,
who's been high on Jalen Green up here?
Hold on.
I'm not going to hold on at all. You interrupted Chill.
Hold on,
This is the
Swiper.
kind of episode we on today.
You
interrupted Chill. I'm interrupting you. Who's been high on Jalen Green on this episode? Who's been high on Jalen Green? Who's been high on Jalen Green up here on player choice? Who's high on Jalen Green on player choice?
This dude right here.
So those 3. All right. The 2 usual suspects and Mars. The 2 usual suspects and Mars. Okay. All right.
I've been high on Jalen Green before you even knew who he was, Swiper. Yes, and I can stand on that. What I'm trying to say is don't interrupt me because you came up here with that nonsense a couple minutes ago. I'm talking about
interrupt you around what? I'll tell you that much.
That doesn't Swipe.
Come on, man. Keep going.
Don't play with me this morning, bro. I told you. I'm on edge right now. It's been a long weekend. I'm on edge, but
what happened, Ox? Everything good up in Portland?
No, my boy Ox about to
Portland is amazing. Portland is amazing. I love it.
I was about to climb through this computer.
What I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, Swipe, I think we should relax with the talks about because it's more so how you worded it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm being sensitive because you said if Reed needs a better player than Sengun, then move up. Like you acting like the team is his now.
Well, Ox, let me ask you a question. So to Swiper's point, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here. To Swiper's point, he did say in 2 years. Now, Mars, you just mentioned that financially it makes more sense to not extend Jalen Green. It makes more sense to not extend Sengun. Well, if you're gonna not extend them right now, you're probably gonna have to pay them more in the future. Is that correct?
No, because the rookie max extension that they're eligible for now is the same one that Franz just got, Scotty Barnes,
right?
Cade. So the 5 years, 224, that can be 270 if they make an All-NBA team. Right. The reason Houston aren't offering it this offseason is because of the cap holds we'll have on them next offseason, allowing us to, when we let go of Fred VanVleet, allowing us to sign a max free agent before re-signing them.
Sure,
it's the same thing the Sixers did with Tyrese Maxey,
so
waiting a year to extend him, and then now they have cap space.
So it's not because of their games, is what you're saying.
It's nothing to do. It's nothing to do with how good they are. Sengun is going to get his max contract next offseason. Jalen is going to be playing for a max contract next offseason, but it's not. They would have got the extension if we didn't think we could save on having cap space for next summer. But because of what we got, we can take this chance for a
sure. Now, with that being said, Ox, to Swiper's point, Jalen Green, who we saw for that last month and a half, for that last month and a half, he looks like their starting two guard of the future. He looks like the guy that they thought that they were drafting. The problem is that 3 months before that, he was on the block. That was the problem. 3 months before that, he looked like he wasn't going to be in a Houston Rockets uniform. And there were some people who thought that he may even be out the league. So is it ridiculous for Swiper to think? And
you said he's going to be out the league?
When he was
going
through that stretch in December,
playing,
I said if he doesn't figure it out, there's a chance he'll be out the league soon.
He didn't have much trade value at that point, Swiper, just so you know.
So Mars went over the top, but I see y'all don't cook.
No, that's not going over the top. It's the same.
That is over the top.
It's the same thing that happened.
That is over the top. To say Jalen Green's going to be out of the league, that's over the top.
No. Why? Okay. Well, I want to clarify once again. This is during the stretch of games in which Jalen Green was averaging 11 points a game, shooting 29% from the field, and 23% from three.
So we've never seen a top 5 player go on a top 5 pick have a bad stretch of game.
Yeah, a bad stretch of game. I said this is what happens when Swiper talks about things he doesn't know. Hence why I said if he kept playing like that, there was a chance he would be out the league.
So basically, this short, small sample size, if he does this for 82 games, he'll be out of the league. I got you.
That's what I said. So yeah.
Well, if Jalen Green plays like he does chill at the end of the month for an 82 game sample size, is he a first team All NBA player?
Yes.
Okay. All right, got you.
Yes. He's definitely especially if Houston's better.
Right.
Particularly, but we've already known that you don't have to win to be first team All NBA. That doesn't matter.
Who you talking
about? Fellas, here's what I want everybody to do. I want you guys in 2 years to give me your Houston Rockets starting lineup in 6-man. Obviously you got to put on your GM hat and you got to do a little projecting. If things go the way that you think that they should go. Chill, I'm gonna start with you. And if it's another player, you could just say other player at that position. Like, let's say you think that they should move off Sengun for some reason or Jabari. You can say other player. Mars. Everybody got their opinions. Go ahead, Chill.
I personally think that they're in the catbird seat right now with all of their young guys and having these guys under rook deals. And I do think that I think that they'll be in a position to bring everybody back, to be honest with you. So in 2 years, I'm thinking that Reed's your starting lead guard. I think Jalen Green is your 2 guard of the future. I want to move, and I'm not on the fence about this. I understand. This is where I'm having a problem with Cam and Jabari Smith. Because, Mars, I want to move Jabari to the 3. I think he's better at the 3 than he is at the 4. I want to move Jabari to the 3, and I think you should get a 4-man. And that's where I think the log jam comes with Cam Whitmore, where you might have to move off of him and get a better 4. And I think Sengun is at the 5. And when you're talking about rotation guys, I think Tate's your odd man out because of the emergence of Eason. I think that you could. I think you're going to let. I hate this too. I think Dylan Brooks is going to be. I think you're going to let him walk out the front door, which I hate that. But I think you're going to let him walk out the front door, and I think you're going to get something maybe younger for him. So I'm thinking at the 4 spot is where I'm confused. Is where I'm not 100% clear. But I feel like Eason is still going to be on. I think Eason's still going to be on the crew. I don't think Cam Whitmore is a rotation guy. I think he's a starter, and I don't think that in Houston he's going to be a starter. Even though you could put Parker, even though you could put Smith at the 4, I think he's better at the 3. So I think they move on from Cam Whitmore.
All right, Ox. 2 years from now, what's your Houston Rockets looking like?
He's going Ben Thompson in Miami.
Probably
No, I don't. I got him in Thompson somewhere else. I think the starting lineup is probably going to be Fred VanVleet, Reed Sheppard, Jalen Brown, Jabari, and Single.
What year is this?
Fred and Reed starting?
2 years from today.
So the 26-27 season?
I don't know. What
is that the year to order 26 or the 25-26?
Some season, I think Jalen Brown's on his way to Houston.
You've been saying that, Ox. I don't know. I don't understand what your motivation is for that.
Especially
you've been saying that for months now. What's your motivation for that? They already got a 2 guard. And they're already straight at the small forward spot.
Where?
They got a 2 guard in Jalen Green, and they got plenty of small forwards.
Yeah. But he's not Jalen Brown though.
Right, and not to mention
why would Boston
want Jalen Green?
What? See, Swiper just had to say nonsense. Why would Boston be breaking up their championship nucleus?
Well, like I brought up to Chill this weekend. If you guys missed Chill with Chill on Saturday, which comes on playback TV at noon Eastern on Saturdays.
Shame on y'all if y'all missed that too.
I brought it up because there's a lot of turmoil that's coming under the radar, and our good brother Ticket called this out, and I was just strongly against it, but now I see what he was talking about, and I see that Jason Tatum is a pure hater.
Why you say that?
Now I see Jalen Brown is going to be out of there before he knows it. Not to stand up for your brother in times like this is crazy.
What are you referencing? What didn't
talking
he
about the
stand up
Olympic
for?
Team and why he didn't say that Jalen Brown should be on the Olympic team
and he's getting asked questions about Jalen Brown and he's just like, nah, I ain't talked to him. Well, it's a lot of guys that could have took that spot instead of standing on business and standing on his nuts and saying, "Man, they should have had my brother here." I think Jalen Brown's going to take that personally. And
he's the Finals MVP, so why isn't he here? That's what I would say.
Swiper.
Even though you already got 2 of your other brothers here,
he's supposed to be the best player on our team. I guess you should ask him. You should ask them why ain't he here.
Yeah. That's my answer, Ron.
All right, Swiper, talk to me.
2 years from now?
Yeah.
All right, I got IRS Curry at the 1. I got
hold on, what?
Amen Thompson.
No, remind. You have who?
IRS Curry. That's great.
like the IRS?
Yeah, IRS Curry. I got Amen Thompson, Alperen Şengün. I mean, I was gonna say Kevin Durant. I mean, why not? Why not close it out in Houston? At the 4.
Why in the hell is 38-year-old Kevin
He wants to
Durant on this roster?
He wants to hoop.
No,
he wants to hoop. This is a pure hooper team. This would be a pure hooper team. Pure hooper team.
Here we go.
All right. 2 years from now, they'll probably still got Jabari on the roster. So Jabari, Şengün, Reed, Amen. I think that's too much for Cam. I don't know Cam's on. I don't know, like somebody like Andrew Wiggins, and then the Cam Whitmore off the bench. Something like Andrew Wiggins. Something like that. I don't know who that player is, Mars. They ain't on the roster. It's not Dylan Brooks, but it's gonna be one of them wing, a defensive wing, whoever that is, with Jabari, with Şengün, with Amen, with Reed, Cam off the bench.
We had Tari Eason just chilling on our roster.
I guess you could have. I guess Tari could be starting too. You can start Tari if you want. I don't know. They might have a better player by then. They might trade some of these assets they have, but you can put Tari there, and then that's a top 7 seed in the West.
All right, Mars, I'm gonna let you go last. I'm gonna just sneak mine in right quick. So at the 1, James Harden. At the 4, Kevin Durant. Y'all will get a expiring Jimmy Butler. Sengun stick around. You know what? You know what? I'll leave you alone, Mars. I'm not gonna snatch any more years off your life. I see this is weighing on you right now, so I'll stop. But in all seriousness, I think it's 2 people that have solidified spots. I think that's Jabari. You notice his name has rarely came up in this whole thing. I think he's solidified at the 4. And then I think Reed Sheppard is stamped at the point guard position. You got those 2. I'm going to go with Jalen Green because I'm still high on Jalen Green. I still think Jalen Green is going to be the shit. And then at the 3, as much as I like him in, as much as I like Tari, Cam is just a different type of specimen. I think he is like just undeniable. I really think he's undeniable. I think what we've been seeing a little bit in the summer league, I think we're going to see a lot of that, glimpses of it throughout the year. And I think by next year, he's just going to be one of those guys where it's just like the game just comes to him. He just finds his way to get in passing lanes. He just finds his way to get cuts. He just finds his way to the rim to it just makes it look easy. So I got Cam at the 3 and then obviously Sengun at the 5, and that's that. Talk to me, Mars. What you got?
Amen at the 3, Bari at the 4, Sengun at the 5. I think those guys is just gonna be locks. And then in the backcourt, Reeds will probably be the 1. And then if Jalen has a good year next year, it will be him at the 2. Otherwise, there's a lot of avenues. You got the Jalen has a good year next year. He's the long-term 2 guard. Then you've got the Jalen has a bad year, but the Suns are in turmoil. So you get the Jalen Green, Suns picks, Brooks for Devin Booker trades. So then Devin Booker's the Suns, the Rockets 2 guards. And then you've got the Jalen Green has a bad year. The Suns are good. Trade Jalen Green. Cam Whitmore goes into the 2 guard spot. Any 3 of those are the biggest possibilities, in my opinion. But for me, I'm going to say Reed, Jalen, Amen, Jabari, Sengun with Cam and Tari off the bench. Cam is the offensive firepower. I think he's great suited for a bench role for now. And then Tari just being one of the most impactful low-minute players in the NBA. Yeah, that's story. And then obviously you got Steven Adams.
For what you saw from Jalen Green over the last 8 weeks of the season, why is there less optimism and more doubt than there should be? Why is that?
Because
what's the deal? I don't get
it. Because the I don't want to say the flashes. It's so up and down with him. If you could get, like we was talking about during the month of March when it was happening, that like stretch of games up until that Dallas game when we were fighting for the play-in and we were on an 11-game win streak and everything, like that's a stretch of games where he was one of the 5 leading scorers in the NBA, tremendously efficient. But the stretch right before that was terrible.
Sure.
And when I say terrible, let me just put it into perspective for you guys. The stretch right before that, the 20-game stretch before that, 18 points per game, shooting 25% from 3.
Garbage.
That was the stretch right before he got on a heater.
Garbage.
Then you had the stretch in December where I was talking about if he plays like this for the foreseeable future, that 9 or 11-game stretch for anyone who wasn't around, when he was averaging 12 points a game, shooting 30% from the field and 27% from 3, and he was getting benched in games. Those stretches happen too often. So the highs are probably the highest on the team, but the lows are probably the lowest on the team.
Sure.
And that's what Houston needs to see, a level of consistency. We don't need 29 a game for a season. Right. We just need to know what we're getting on a night-to-night basis. And right now, we don't know what we're getting. That's why I guess there's pessimism.
And the reason why I brought that up to you, Mars, is because everything that you just said wasn't there an adjustment period. So we go from Silas, where we got guys swinging from the chandelier, to now we got Udoka, we got Coach Udoka, who now has discipline. And now there's an adjustment period. On top of that, I feel like Udoka is going to be your coach of the future. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. So because of that, I feel like Jalen Green has become more acclimated to him, understand how to play the game under him, understand that Coach Udoka has his best interest and wants him to play a certain way, which would enhance his game. So why wouldn't this be able to continue now? I'm not saying 28, 29 a game, but why couldn't he be, one, more disciplined, which would lead to him being a more controlled scorer, and two, more effective defender, which overall would make him a better player playing under a more consistent system in Coach Udoka?
That's how I feel about it, because Ime spoke about it, Raphael Stone spoke about it, that it takes everyone different amounts of time, but they saw, like, Jalen was figuring it out throughout the season. You could see he started off the season scoring well, but the defense was terrible. He wasn't really, the effort wasn't consistent, all of those things. And Ime would bench him late in games because he wasn't giving consistent defensive effort. So then you saw, like, November, December, he started increasing his defensive effort. He was rebounding with more intensity, but his offense was falling off a cliff. So then he couldn't play because he wasn't able to balance the two. So then he started getting benched because his offense was that bad.
Right.
And then you saw there was a little stretch in January, like everyone's seen, like that dunk against Portland, but he was playing well for a little stretch in January where he was playing hard on defense. He was competing. He was rebounding. He got his first triple-double of his career against Atlanta. And he was starting to figure things out, but the three-point shot was just erratic. So some games 1 for 9, another game 5 for 9, and then it's like, okay, we need to get some more consistency in the jumper. But he's putting the pieces together. He was a more willing playmaker. He was a more engaged defender. He was competing on the defensive glass. All of those things he was putting it together, and then it all seemed to just click at the same time for that stretch in like March when everyone's like, oh, it's because Sengun went out. He was figuring it out while Sengun was there. Then he goes down against the Kings, and the Rockets just push on 11-game win streak. Jalen Green is like one of the best players in the league. He just figured it out at the right time, and everything was going great. And then to close, like, because everyone stopped watching us after our play-in hopes ended, to close the season, when he started getting that like superstar defensive treatment, getting blitzed out of every pick and roll, getting doubled, teams weren't allowing him to come off pick and rolls as freely. He started struggling again because he hadn't seen those defensive coverages. And Sengun wasn't there to take the load off of him. So he's still not perfect, but the foundations are there and the building blocks are there. So I'm optimistic. I think I've seen he's getting stronger. He's working out. People are saying that he's one of the hardest workers. The coaches have said he's always asking about how he can improve. So he wants to get better. He's working to get better. He gets stronger every offseason. I believe the foundations are there, and I think you build with him. But I can understand the pessimism of this guy has so many stretches where he just looks like a bad player. So how much longer can we live with that? So it goes both ways. But I'm on the optimist side of he's the two guard of the future. He's going to be one of the best two guards in the league. So that's where I'm at with it.
I just feel like you just with this Houston Rocket team, you went from one extreme to the other. I mean, you had the inmates running the asylum to the guy who now has basically laid down the law. If you're not going to do this, then you're not going to play. And it's definitely an adjustment period. 100% it is. And I feel like this is the first time we're talking about a guy in Jalen Green who came from a debunked team in the G League, right? Where they're over. So there was really no discipline on that crew. It was just rock. Now he goes from that to playing for Paul Silas, Steven Silas. He goes from that, and then now he goes from that to playing for a championship level coach in Udoka, who's trying to show him how to play the right way. And I feel like what he did in the last 6 to 8 weeks of the season, I think that carries over to next year because he now understands, okay, this is the way I can get better. This is the way I can play. And I think Sengun sees that. I think that whole crew sees that. That's why I'm as high as I am on the Houston Rockets.
We definitely going to be tapped in with the Rockets this year. Excited to see what all of these guys that we've been talking about look like. Yeah, it's going to be fascinating. But moving along, I need you guys to like the video. I need you guys to show each other some love in the comments. I need you guys to show love to all the new members. And on top of that, let's all praise the Hall of Fame members. Y'all know the names. Jerry Allity, Cobra Son of Raditz, my man Mikhail, Dorian Clayton the GOAT, and Kendall Daniels. Hall of Fame Friday this Friday. I need one of you guys to pull up. Come congregate with us. Show us some love. And you guys are, like it or not, the voice of the chat. So you guys got to come up and represent. Also, too, Team USA plays in about 20 minutes. So we'll actually get to watch that live, not obviously on YouTube, but we'll get to watch it and react to it and all of that good stuff. So we will be tapped into that. We're going to get into the title of the show. I got a few super chats, so we're going to read those as well. So y'all like the video and stick around. Before I get to the super chats, though, y'all, not all superheroes wear capes. In New York has a superhero in Jalen Brunson with the new contract that he took. Jalen Brunson was eligible for a 5-year, $269 million max contract. And he could have signed that yesterday. Instead, he chose to sign a 4-year, $156 million contract and save cap space. He said his inspiration was the likes of Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady when they took less money to build championship rosters or essentially dynasties. Fellas, I need you to talk to me about what Jalen Brunson just did and how you feel about that.
He did what a real leader would do, bro. He did what a real leader would do, and I think that this really showed the way people were hyping up people making real power moves, real leader moves, just shows just the selfishness of people. You know what I'm saying? The fact that people act like this is so crazy. I can't believe he did that. Well, he's a real leader, and he wants to win, and he wants his brothers to eat too. And that's what a real leader would do. So shout out to Jalen Brunson. Shout out to Jalen Brunson for standing on business.
Did that apply in every facet of society?
It applies for most. Yes, swipe for whatever point you're trying to prove. Yes, you know what I'm saying. Yes. Would
you take less money with player choice from me?
If I mean, I'm Swiper. I'm known to sacrifice for my people. So
Swiper got a, and now that I think about it, Mars, as much as I be talking about you, Swiper, you got a little bit of scumbag in you, and I recognize.
I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking a question.
I see it seep out. It's not a lot, but you got a little bit. You're a little scummy.
When I ask the question, just want to know. Like,
so we got a big scumbag and a little
scumbag. Like a social, you know what I mean? Like, how far are we taking this? How far are we taking?
There's remnants of that.
All right, so chill. We know Mars is like a hefty scumbag. You know, like a
hefty.
Yeah, like hefty, like garbage bag.
Hefty
yeah. Like the big one though. The one that you put in cans, like not
Swiper is the grocery store bag that you put in the garbage can in the bathroom. You know, the little one.
Yeah.
That's what Swiper is. He got a little bit. Of, he's got a little bit of that in him.
I always knew Swiper had a little bag.
The thing about it, Swiper is like as long my thing has always been, as long as I got what I want and I got what I need, I don't really care what everybody else is getting. It doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? None of that stuff has ever mattered to me. I'm not the pocket watching type. My thing about it is he's still making more money in one season of basketball than most people will ever see in their life. So it's not, I mean, did he take a pay cut? Technically, but it's like you're still mega rich. So what does it really matter? Like if I got $150 million, I don't need $250 million. You know what I'm saying? And I know in the world we live in today, that's just a absurd statement to make, but I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's still his family is still should be taken care of forever. You know what I'm saying? As long as he does good managing his money. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not none of my business. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, he got enough bread. You know what I mean? Like, to not choose to take $300 million, it's not crazy, bro. Like, that was a power move. Like that's what leaders do, bro. That's what leaders do. And I'm happy Jalen Brunson did that. I'm proud of him for doing that. I remember when Anthony Davis had the opportunity to take a little less money for something. I can't remember the exact terms of what was going on. And I came up here and said, well, he's going to take $30 less million. Like, is that really a big deal? And I think I can't remember who it was like, no, you just got to take all the money. Like, but why?
Well, I think Ox, I think within the framework of the CBA, I do agree with you that like you doing this shows a lot. Now he's going to get 480 as soon as that player option is up in 28, 29. So like, it's not like he's not going to be hurting, obviously. But yeah, but honestly, like there shouldn't be a cap. It's just the owners are cheap. So like that's why there's a cap in the first place, is that the owners don't want to pay the money. So, but again, within the system, if he's like, I can make 35 37, 40, and then 43, and I'm perfectly fine with that. And on top of that, I'm going to get, however much money from endorsements and everything else, then yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. But again, and if you ask me too, I can also play with my boys that I've been friends with since I was in college. Yeah, I mean, that's worth a lot of money to me. And we can win. Yeah, we can absolutely win a championship. I believe we can beat the Celtics and all that. So yeah, I think that's fine for him. I think there's some other players that are currently up for contracts right now that should be looking to do the same thing, but they will not. And I don't fault them for that either. That's right. That's their prerogative. They want to earn as much money as possible because you only have so much time to earn money in your youth as an NBA player. And so you want to maximize that for generational wealth. Everybody knows I'm big on generational wealth, especially in the community. So I support whatever decision they make, but this is huge. If anything, this is all Julius Randle when he gets his contract too. Go ahead.
You also only have one time to etch your name in the history books. You only have one time to become a legend. You only have one time to be the face of New York, the king of New York, and to do something that very few have done.
Which is?
Win a championship.
Okay.
Possibly win multiple chips. And continue to build a roster that can do something very special. Jalen Brunson just took a major move in making that happen for New York. Major move. Somebody had to do it. With him being New York's number one option, with him being the face of that New York team, he said, I'm going to do it. He said, I don't just want all the work that I put in to lead up to me getting a big contract, which I'm going to end up getting in the future. And on top of that, $156 million isn't just chump change.
Right.
So what's the taxes like in New York? What's the taxes?
Not only that, Mars. Not only that,
Look it
Mars.
up. Tax episode again?
Both Ox and Ron, what you guys are doing is you're taking this money relative to everyday jobs. This isn't an everyday job. That's number one. Number two, Jalen Brunson, he is now taking less money, which is not fair market value. That's the problem that I'm also having with you. That's you and me already had this discussion. The fact that you looking at it that it's $156 million, well, that's enough money forever. Well, what is that relative to the people that I actually work with? So if you're a fireman, and if you're a fireman and firemen that I work with are all making 85, 90,000, and I end up taking 60 relative to what everybody else is working, that's a huge pay cut.
Are you good? But are you good with your 60? That's my thing. Let's keep our eyes and hands at the other. That is 100% the point.
No,
that's 100% the point.
The reason why
because if you feel like you're compensated for your work, what am I worried about what everybody else is doing? Mind you, I get what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying, though, Chill. And that is a fair point. Like if I'm the only person in this office making 60,000, and everybody else is making 150,000, something needs to change.
Sure.
But still. If I'm making 60 and I'm good, my kids are fed, what does it matter to me? On top of that, a lot of people making 150,000 are doing better off than people that are making 1.5 million, because a lot of people make 1.5 million and spend 3 million.
Yeah, they killing themselves.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
so it's like what when you start making that much money, it's about, okay, now let me manage my money. Because if you don't know how to manage 100,000, you don't know how to manage 100 million.
So,
you know so it don't really matter. And then at the end of the day, a lot of these dudes make all this money and they're broke anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot deeper than just how much am I making.
If you make $10 million a year in New York, your gross paycheck is $416,667 a month.
400 and how much? One more time.
If you make $10 million a year,
got that part. Sure.
In New York, your gross every month would be $416,667. But after taxes, the total taxes in New York is 46.19%. So what you actually bring home is $214,062 per month. So then, agent, then whatever savings, high yield savings, all that other stuff like if you're tithing, if you're part of a church or whatever else it is. So you probably take home, probably like $150 a month after that.
It's a lot of bread.
But but again, you're paying for stuff that's important though.
So over his $156 million contract, what you would probably say he brings home 70?
So if he's in New York the entire time, so how much is it again?
156 million over 4
153?
56.
156.
Mhm.
So if he
Over 4
stays in
years.
New York over the lifetime of that contract and takes the player option, then basically we're looking at he will be earning, because your take-home salary is 51.37%. So he would be taking home
About 70, a little over 70 million. A little bit over 70 million. Which sounds like a lot of bread.
And they only just got
79.
the mayor only just started bringing out trash cans with all those taxes. You've only just figured out trash cans.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
more.
Mars, I've been
Police,
talking about that all weekend. I'm
$1
telling you,
billion
I'm
in
telling
New
you, it's a lot of New York dudes on my line right now because I keep bringing up the fact that the mayor had to show them on live TV how to pick up a garbage bag and put it in the waste wheeler. I think it's crazy.
Well, first of all,
whatever,
we can't,
you know.
and the idea that
It's crazy.
we talk about salary caps, right, Ox, and we talk about the money. Like, you can't talk basketball without talking about the money, because that's part of. You can't talk about basketball unless you talk about the business of basketball, right? So, I think with Jalen Brunson over these next 3 years, he's under the impression that we got a 3-year window. We got a 3-year window as of right now where we can win it, and if we do win it, I'm going to get taken care of on the back end, which is what I call thank you money. I've always called it thank you money. They did it with Jordan. They did it with Kobe Bryant. Klay Thompson wanted them to do it in Golden. He wanted them to do it in Golden State. That $48 million just wasn't enough. That's what they thought the thank you money was. He thought the $48 million should have been more than that. He thought it should have been something more like 60 to 75 million in terms of thank you money. And I think that Jalen Brunson, I feel like he's on the same wavelength with guys like Tom Brady, guys like Tim Duncan, where I'm gonna take less money right now and sacrifice that for us.
Yeah,
to
but they
win.
were older when they did that, though.
Well, I mean, Jalen Brunson I think he's in year 6, going into year 7.
So he's still, he's
27
he's
27 years old. Yeah.
He's
He's
27
gonna
years
make
old. He's still
480. He will decline that player option, and he will make 480. That is locked. If he gets hurt one time, I think he'll get it. But if hopefully he stays healthy, just no Isaiah Thomas situation. He stays healthy, he's getting 480 to finish out his career at that last contract, and they're going to absolutely show him all the love that he deserves for doing this.
And a lot of that, and a lot of the dough that he's leaving on the table, there's plenty of it. I feel like that he's going to be able to make back being in New York with endorsements, especially if they win. Or even if they go deeper into the playoffs, if they're in the Eastern Conference Championship, if they're in the NBA Finals, a lot of that stuff is going to come back to him. Whether it's commercials, he's already in with AT&T and stuff like that. Being in New York, a lot of that dough is going to come back to him. Even though I feel like it's going to be there anyway.
But you know what's so funny is, I love, again, everybody's like, oh, why are we talking about money? Because this is, as you said, the salary cap, CBA. This is the way the NBA works.
We can't talk basketball unless we talk about bread.
You can get to a place, by the way, if you got the right connection, you don't pay taxes. That's the other side of this.
You don't got to have connections. You just got to know what you're doing. You got.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's education, access to information, and all that. But you can write off everything. That's the thing. Like Jalen Brunson. What he can do instead of could think, we're all talking about Jalen Brunson's making this money as an individual like employee, and he's gonna do a W-2 with the Knicks. All he has to do, he can pay himself. He can pay himself through his own business, through an LLC, and then he could divide his money however he wants to do it. He can see damn near all of his money.
Well, it's not just that simple, Swiping. You're still gonna have to pay taxes. A lot of the taxes are just deferred and drawn out, and you pay it later. You still pay taxes.
You can pay loans off yourself, or you never pay tax on any loan. Like
you just pay it different. It's not just that simple where he's not gonna have to pay taxes. He's still gonna pay taxes, and you know what I'm saying. You can't. A
lot of people don't pay any taxes, so that's the problem.
No, Swipe.
Players' Choice Financial Literacy 101 is coming on Tuesday and Thursday nights from 8 Eastern to 9:30 Eastern.
A lot of
these two guys down here will be on.
A lot of the stuff that these dudes are on these podcasts talking about. Well. A lot of these dudes that these guys are on the podcast talking about. You put an LLC, you go to the bank, you get this loan. What they're describing is fraud. Okay.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Real quick, Swiper. Real quick. I'm not getting on you, Swiper. I'm just saying, like a lot of that nonsense that you hear about these guys talking about. That's the exact definition of fraud. These guys are going to have you in jail are paying a lot more taxes back than you were going to initially.
Well, what
the people do when they do it the right way is they still pay taxes. they end up paying less taxes, and on top of that, they pay taxes later. That's the game. Like when people explain with the housing, like when you sell it, like when you sell it, and they still do. But what I'm saying is, like, a lot of times, like for instance, like with the real estate thing, what they do, you sell a home, you don't pay those taxes because you spend that money on a more expensive home, and then you don't pay any taxes on that one. At the end of the day, you're still gonna have to pay taxes. It's just later. You know what I'm saying? They're not just getting off without paying taxes. It's just a roundabout way of paying it in a way to save from taxes. So you're right, Swiper. You can pay less, but Uncle Sam coming to get that bread. Believe that.
And he gonna get it too, Ox. Not only is he coming to get
money,
he getting that bread. Don't think for 1 second that you're gonna hold on to that bread.
But there are a lot of taxes that we pay and we don't have to pay if we just knew how not to pay it. But
I think that's Swiper's point.
Yeah, but there's still going to be a lot of taxes either way. You know what I mean? And it's just,
there's a reason why during the election there's certain people that didn't show their taxes at all because of this.
That's because regular people like us and Democrats, they want to act like, oh my God, he's defrauding the government. Well, no, if you just read a book, you will understand. He's playing the game. There's a game out here you can play if you know the rules. And if you don't know the rules, you're going to be the person on TV crying about about somebody doing fraud, and it's not fraud. It's just how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like they say this.
My man Omar in the chat wants to know: is someone going to talk about how this deal affects the market? How does Jalen Brunson's deal affect the market?
No, we're not going to talk about the old Meezy because we don't want to get into too much word salad. You feel me? We don't want to waste your time. Do your job, Ron.
Nobody doesn't affect the market. All right, cool.
No, we spoke about this for like 10 minutes. That means that's enough time for us to move on swiftly.
All right, y'all. I got super chats. First off, I do want to encourage you guys to join the Players Choice Telegram sports community where we're talking football, we're talking soccer, we're talking obviously hoops. We talk everything in there. We're going to be talking a lot about the Olympics, which is coming up, and it's going to be a good time. So you guys should go ahead. It's pinned right there at the top of the chat, right there on your screen. Click that. Join the group chat. All of us are in there, and we'll see you soon. I got super chat, so let's go ahead and make it happen. First off, I want to shout out my man Rob Wick. I seen him at an event last Saturday. Rob has been one of our loyal followers for a very long time. We got to chopping it up. He was like, "Oh yeah, man, I've been watching Players Choice since a while ago." I was like, "So you're a day one guy?" He was like, "Nah." He was like, "I was just watching since before Mars came on." I'm like, "So you're a day one guy?" He been here since the Wednesday Sunday episode. So I want to shout out anybody that's been around since the Wednesday Sunday episodes, back when JD, Dale, and of course the infamous Shaq was on here top left. If you've been around for that long, you are definitely a day one.
So he wasn't here when the preview started. He was walking in like when the credits was rolling. So he was basically at the beginning of the show, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Nah, chill. That was the previews for sure.
So he was here before the show was produced.
Okay. So he was here. Okay, I can get with that. Sure.
He
all the panel was a concept. He was here. Yeah, like he was.
All right. He was here before I was here.
So you remember your first episode on Players Choice? Like back.
I do.
With OG the Beats.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No.
I'm talking about.
It was right.
Yeah.
That was like almost 3 years ago. Yeah, with OG. Yeah, I do remember that.
Shout out OG. He may or may not be in PCL to cook each and every one of you guys. He may or may not be my favorite. I don't know. But we'll have to see.
What was the topic on your first episode?
We talked about a bunch of things, man. It was the first time that I had been on for that long. I usually, like, when I went on a podcast, it was for like 20 minutes. Like, they had me on for like what we do here. And we talked about a whole bunch of things. We talked about KD's championship with the Golden State Warriors and the fact that Kawhi Leonard, his championship is fraudulent. We talked about a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Rob, top left is not a Kawhi Leonard fan. He isn't. Yeah. He is not a Kawhi Leonard fan.
Hater, bro. Just a hater.
Yeah.
That's how I found out about Players Choice.
Yeah,
that's
he is not
Kawhi Leonard clip. Him.
Yeah, he is not a Kawhi Leonard guy.
That came on my view page. I was like, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how I was getting cooked on my first episode. It was crazy.
We got a couple other new members today. I want to shout out my man Leaf Diggy. Appreciate you for becoming a member, man. Shout out to you, whoever you may be.
Brooklyn in the house.
Tell Leaf Diggy to open his mind, though, brother. I mean, it's 2024. Tell Leaf Diggy to open up his mind. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
Shut your mouth and open your mind.
That's all.
We had to kick him on Saturday. I'll say that much.
Just tell Leaf Diggy to open his mind. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Leaf Diggy got to open up his mind. It's 2024, man. We ain't it ain't 1980 no more, man.
Come on,
Leaf got to open up his mind a little bit more.
Leaf.
He got to open up his mind a little bit more. So,
shout out Old Meezy once again. He became a member today. Shout out to Old Meezy and the Let's Keep It a Buck crew.
Hell yeah! Shout out, Let's Keep It a Buck.
Neo Weeb also became a member today. Big shout out to Neo Weeb. Thanks for coming through. Kyle Martinez said they tried to pop Donnie. Ox a fool.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Tried to off Donnie, man.
Yes,
they talking about it was fake and this and that. If that was Joe Biden, I bet you I wouldn't be saying it was fake.
Hey, Ox, I got a quick question, yo. How is it? And I want to stay on the topic of basketball, but how are there people? This dude is literally right there on the roof with a high-powered rifle laying down, and the people who ain't even supposed to see him are pointing him out like, yo, you see the dude on the roof? What's going on? And the people who are actually paid to do this don't even see him. I'm thinking to myself, there's no way it was that obvious, yo, that he was just up there.
They said they were saying like that somebody's in trouble. Like
somebody is fired. 100%.
Big trouble. How do you not secure the perimeter?
What the hell? This dude is just laying up there with a high-powered rifle. Like, mind you, I got him.
Mind you, Ron, I know we're not supposed to, go too far off into things like this, but I do want to say, like, somebody lost their life that day. You know what I'm saying? There was blood. There was blood and brains on the bleachers. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this is no laughing matter, bro. Like, three people got shot, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And regardless of how your politics are and how you feel about politics and Donald Trump and any politician, whatever, like, to try to, to see somebody get shot on live TV, that could have been a whole lot worse, but that could have been ugly. Nobody wants to see that. That was terrible. That was terrible. We're not supposed to shoot politicians and candidates and nobody. But that was crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy. I'm happy he's okay. R.I.P. to anybody that lost their life that day. Man.
I was around for that too, Mars. Yes, I was.
Well, Ronald Reagan got shot.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan. Yeah, he was alive. Yeah.
Yes, I was.
See, everyone thought I was talking about JFK. I wasn't even talking about JFK. I was talking about Ronald Reagan.
Reagan got hit 3 times. You know what I'm saying? They actually put some holes in Ronald. Like,
you guys.
He said, "Let me get my shoes." He said, "Let me get my shoes."
If you're gonna shoot something, shoot basketballs, okay?
Thank you, Ron. I thought you was gonna say something else. Oh my God, bro.
No, I'm gonna wait till the graveyard shift.
You see Twitter say Ben Simmons was the shooter.
Yo, that's great. Nah, I've seen him say it was Bronny James.
Yeah, I don't want to do Bronny like that. I ain't want to do Bronny like that. So don't run, man.
I'm not even gonna get into this because
yo, bro, this is
Twitter's ridiculous. But obviously a unfortunate situation. Don't want to condone anything.
Yeah,
like
Alan just had to ruin the joke.
Mm-hmm. But all right, moving along, fellas. LA Flight with another controversial matter at hands right now in the PC community. He said, "Free Buddy till it's backwards."
New starting lineup for Team USA, by the way. Jason Tatum's in the starting lineup. Drew Holiday's on the bench. If any, and I think Ant's starting too. So new starting lineup.
And Joel's still playing. Like Joel didn't get sent home with Kawhi.
It's Steph and Jason Tatum, LeBron, and Embiid. So
I gotta say, Mars, mind you, this has nothing to do with all the citizenship stuff we was talking about before. You know what I'm saying? That was more for fun than anything, right? I just don't understand how Daryl Morey and the owners of the Sixers are just okay with this dude playing in the Olympics. I think somebody should put their foot down and be like, Joel, you need to sit down, bro.
That's how I'm feeling. He still got a big knee brace that he had in the play.
You mean that log on his leg, Mars?
Yeah, like that's an extra 25 pounds of weight.
It looks heavy. It looks straight.
And then So what happens? What happens if Joel doesn't make it through this next season, or if he gets hurt at the end of the season, or something like that again? What's the talking points going to be? What's the streets going to be?
This
saying
is who he is anyway, though.
Then I'm gonna be saying he's gonna be healthy next year. I'm just gonna wait.
Philly in 7 again.
Philly
scenario. What happens if he gets hurt in this? I mean, let's not act like we didn't see Paul George. And
Damn,
you know
man.
what you know when. I mean, we talking about in the future. They about to play right now. You know how fragile Joel is. Somebody could just miraculously go to the rim and he can come to block the shot, and something weird happens and he elbows Joel in the face. For some reason, Joel just seems like he's a magnet for catastrophic events like that, which I hate for that to be the case, but we've seen it.
Man,
Oh, Josh Giddey.
I'll sure hope that doesn't happen.
All right, they are about to tip off right now. I wanted to ask you guys. So they're playing Team Australia. Should they have cut Matisse Thybulle?
Did they?
They did.
No. I don't know who's on that roster other than the starting five who I just seen, so I can't speak too much on who they favored over him. But it's surprising to see an NBA player get cut when there's no
working on the boards already.
It's some hoopers down there in Aussie land.
Australia got some damn good action.
They got some hoopers down under.
Yes, they do. They got some damn good action.
I'm just excited to see Dyson Daniels play,
Real
man.
good
'Cause
action,
people be sleeping on him. He's gonna be good for Atlanta this year.
Mhm.
That's all I really care about.
Anyway,
All right, so that's what we got right now. We'll be keeping you guys updated on that game. As for some more super chats, Elias Aronson has been a member for 18 months. He said Bobby Klintman and Pale Larson looking like the steals of the draft so far. Denver needs Bobby in the future, Swiper. Also, Ron, is this Swiper dancing in those clips, or is it his twin?
hey, Swipe. I literally just heard that. Who am I thinking about? So Denver's out for Gary Trent. So Gary Trent has already said that Denver is out. So with Denver being out, where is Denver in the open market?
Russ. Go sign Russell when he's a free agent.
It's just Russ? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Didn't Russ sign an extension with the Clippers? Or take his player option?
He
or
opted
something?
into this player
He did,
option, but
he did play. He did take his
they're either
player
going to
option.
waive him or trade him.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So you're just gonna ruin your franchise?
I told you.
What is your problem with
I
Russell
told
Westbrook?
you,
Ox?
Jokic.
What's your problem
you
with
guys
him?
act like Jokic isn't aware of the legacy.
I don't get. Ox,
Ox,
what is your problem with Russell Westbrook? Ox, what seriously? What is your
There's
issue with him?
Jock Landale making threes.
Denver. That is
He was
the
making threes for us. He was making threes for us.
like they're just on the opposite sides of everything. Chill. Like Denver is a thinking team.
What's that meant to me?
That Russ isn't a thinking basketball player. He's so reactionary. We already talked about this, Mars. I'm not trying to hate on Russ. I'm just saying this isn't a good fit for Russ. Russ will be better on a different team, is all I'm saying. That's all.
Like the Clippers?
Sure. I mean, the Clippers are cooked anyway. You know what I'm saying? The Clippers are cooked.
Not Sacramento, though.
No, actually, chill. He will be
Oh,
better.
man.
I don't, Ron. You know, I don't want Russell Westbrook on the Kings. You know for a fact that's the last thing I want. But I feel like the Kings might be a better fit for us than Denver. Like there's a lot of teams that are a better fit for us than Denver, and I don't
play
think,
as fast as y'all do.
Yeah, I don't think
that.
me saying that the Kings are a better fit for us than Denver is a bad thing or anything like that. You know what I mean? But I don't think that's a good move for him. I think there's other teams that are better.
Why is it not a good fit?
Miami. I think Miami would be a better fit for us.
I mean, they run a lot of action in Miami. And Miami is a really good thinking team, not just offensively, but defensively too. Like you can't have a lot of mental lapses with Miami because Spo is very detailed. And I don't think I give Russ enough credit for how smart he is because he does so many quote unquote dumb things at inopportune times that I find it real difficult sometimes to consider him to be a smart player. But I mean, you don't last as long as level smart. But he's so frustrating.
We had that whole argument not too long ago, right? About Russ not being an intelligent player.
Yeah,
because that's not what I said, Swipe. I didn't say it wasn't intelligent.
Or
You said he was reactionary.
Yeah, reactionary. Yeah.
He's such a high level player that you expect him to be a certain way because you've seen the potential. And when he does dumb things, me in particular, when he does these things, it completely turned me off to him. Because I'm thinking you should be smarter than that. And when he continuously does these things, it just makes it hard to root for him in that aspect.
I think the thing about the situation with Denver, though, is it's going to be Russ, Julian Strawther, Peyton Watson, Vlatko Chanchar, and then Dario Saric. So they'll have, basically three force spacers on the court. And then obviously some really lengthy defenders and stuff. So I think Russ is going to be really good in Denver, but I know people kind of have to wait and see.
I think so. I do.
And then Russ next to
What if
Jokic.
I don't get Russ though, Swiper? Then what?
Well, they have to get a veteran point guard because right now they're Jalen Pickett's the backup too, and then Trey Alexander, who's the rookie they got this year, who I think is better than Jalen Pickett already, would be the other option. So they already need a veteran. So probably for me, it would have been Dennis Smith Jr. would be the other option, but they need a defender, like somebody who's a playmaker defender at that spot next to Jamal. Like Russ could play next to Jamal because Jamal will be willing to play off ball, and they also need somebody like cutting off of Jamal's actions and stuff too. So Dennis.
What about Patrick Beverly?
No, but he's another option. He's another option though. He's another option.
He a defensive point guard.
Mm-hmm.
And to your point, when we were talking about Summer League and Summer League not being that much of a gauge, I mean, Strawther looks great in Summer League. He can't get off the bench in Denver. He can't get off the bench
last year. Remember, he got hurt.
And for some reason, he didn't shoot the three as well as he did in school.
It's 29%.
Yeah. Some of that can just be a rhythm thing,
right? But his shot is pure. Like the way it looks is really solid.
Right.
Yeah, he can shoot. I don't doubt he can shoot. I don't think you go from shooting how he did at Gonzaga to what he did his rookie year. So I think it'll be cool.
Believe it or not, some people just need more minutes to be able to shoot. Like you just got to be able to get your feet wet a little bit more.
That's a rhythm thing. 100%.
Yeah. Like
not 7 seconds ago, Ron.
There will be some games, Mars. He's going to close.
Word salad from Ron. Omizi was right, man.
Garbage.
Listen, y'all. It's like white noise. We got to get that word salad in. But like in all seriousness, like everybody can't just come off the bench and just fire up threes and make them. Some people can, but like.
Now, why are you in the NBA?
What do you mean? Why?
Well, not everybody's in the NBA.
That might not be.
If that's your job box, that's one thing.
Yeah,
so, for example,
that's what I mean. Chill. If you're a shooter, I need you to check into the game,
right,
and make shots.
But we also got to remember too, we got teams doing different things. So, like you saw with the Cavs when they had Kyle Korver. I mean, how they were using him early. That's completely different than how the Clippers use Lou Williams when he comes off the bench. We already know what it is with Lou Williams when he comes in the game. You already know what it is. He is a bucket getter right from the beginning. So when you got a guy in Kyle Korver who is a long ball shooter, the minute he comes in the game, go to his strengths. And what are his strengths? His strengths are coming off pin downs. His strengths are flare cuts. What you're not going to do is you're not running pick and pop with Kyle Korver. That's not action for him. So he can't get in a rhythm doing that. And when you have teams who have shooters who you run action like that for them, knowing that that's not their strength and they can't get in a rhythm, it makes them look less than, when in reality, they're a lot better shooters than you give them credit for. So run action for them. Get them involved early and get them involved often.
All right, y'all. Early in the game, Team USA is up 19-13. And it looks like Ant Edwards wasn't lying when he said, I'm the number one option, because he has 11 points. Of the 19, he's 4 for 4 from the field. He just hit a crossover step back three, and he's cooking. LeBron's also 2 for 3 from the field. Well, from three in general, he has 6 points. That's what we looking at early on right now.
I can't wait for my franchise to have a player like Anthony Edwards, man. A player that good.
Like Jamal Murray?
Yeah, don't you already have one of those dudes? That has a player that's that good?
Who?
And like great. Anthony Edwards?
Yeah.
How about Joker?
Oh, I said as good. So worse than Joker, but as good as Ant.
Oh, okay. So Jamal Murray isn't as good?
In the playoffs, yeah, sure. But not consistently. Not consistently enough.
He's just not as good as him.
in the playoffs, obviously, but he has.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's. I'm just asking the question. I don't think he's as good.
Ant's going to be a dude, bro. He has everything that he needs to be one of those guys, man. Like,
yeah, he's gonna be the second best 2 guard in the league for a long time, man. Shout out to him.
Behind who? Jalen Green?
1000%.
There you go. You know what it is with Mars. You know exactly what it is with Mars. 100%. You know what it is with Mars. And this just came up, Ron, and I want to put this out there. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Stay away from Danny Ainge. So apparently, the price tag for marketing is Kuminga, Moody, Pods, and draft picks. Yes, that's the.
Where
price
did you
tag.
see this?
That's the price tag for him.
Where did you see it?
I have my sources. I know some people.
No, what is it? Say it again.
So the price tag for Lauri Markkanen is Kuminga, Moody, Pods, and draft picks. That's the price tag for him.
I mean, if I'm desperate to win and I'm the Warriors, I'd do that.
Do they win without one of those 3 guys, though, Mars? I think Moody's the easy guy to say they can win without him, but I think they need one of the other 2 guys to win.
With Steph, I don't know if they believe in Wiggins to get back to that form, but that's what they would need for them to win anyway. Draymond, Lowry, Trace. If they believe they can win with it, I would do that.
From the Sixers, D'Anthony Melton.
Yeah, if they like, what I'm saying, I don't think they can win anyway, so I wouldn't even be trying to get Lauri Markkanen. But if they think Lauri Markkanen can be the reason they win, I would do that trade. Unless they genuinely believe they can't win.
That's the only reason why you're doing it, Moss. That's the only reason you're doing it is if you think Lauri Markkanen is the difference in y'all winning and losing now, not in 2 years, right now. Because again, right before the playoffs start, Steph Curry is turning 37 years old. So this isn't a move for 2 or 3 years because you're emptying all your young guys. You're emptying Kuminga, Moody, Pods, plus your future. So you're giving up a bunch of first rounders too.
For a guy on an expiring contract.
Listen to this, y'all. Look at this. Bam, Anthony Davis, Drew Holiday, Devin Booker, and Hallie.
That's the lineup on the floor right now? Yeah. W lineup.
I mean, obviously Booker getting put in the post because, that's Booker, but.
Yeah, you said like Booker can't guard, man. Chill on my guy, D-Book.
He's going to be a future Rocket, so.
Maybe.
All right, y'all. Moving along on these super chats. Tyler T. Y'all know the name. He said, daily reminder. Jokic better. Stuck is going back to back. Have a great week, everyone. Absolutely, yo.
You want to talk about that game yet? The Serbia France game?
I didn't.
Yeah, I seen Jokic file out. Bum.
He did.
I did not see it.
Yeah, they ran that double big Rome lineup, and Jokic made it look like mincemeat.
I did see some. I didn't actually see the game. I did see some of it, and I saw Joker taking advantage of Wemby. I did see that. He basically put Wemby in a blender and dragged him down to the boom boom room and roughed him up a little bit. So I mean that didn't help France. I mean that did not help France. So I feel like everybody has their kryptonite, right? I feel like everybody has their kryptonite. And, David Robinson, as good as he was, he couldn't do anything with Olajuwon. He just couldn't. As awesome as he was, he couldn't do anything with Olajuwon. Nothing. So,
yeah, Jokic basically said, like, during that game, yes, you got tomorrow, Wemby, but I'm still today. Today, this 24 hours in this day is not over yet.
Vasily Micic was shooting, too.
Micic in the ball, air dribbles the air out of the ball and cannot shoot.
Guard, man, put the ball in his hands, man.
Serbia, if Serbia had one elite athlete, I would like them versus almost anybody. They just don't have one player that's an elite athlete on the roster.
On the wing?
Anywhere, Jill. They don't have one.
Vladimir Lucic did not play.
No.
They got a good athlete.
Is he an elite athlete, Ron?
He's good. I didn't see Vladimir Lucic catch some crazy type oops. I didn't see Vladimir Lucic. I didn't see him go baseline and come on the other side and boom.
Who
he plays for? He played for 2 different teams. He played for, I think last year he played for the Red Stars.
In the EuroLeague.
Yeah. No, he played for. I'm tripping. He played for Bayern Munich.
whenever the same thing that happens in France, if I don't know if it ever will, but the same thing that happened with France and Germany when they got an influx of Africans or something like that happen in Serbia, maybe 20 years from now, we have a different conversation, but they just don't have like the same level athletes that you need at the world stage. Like even Bilal, like when he came off the bench for France, was like insane athlete. They just don't have the skill. France is just big and like long, but they don't have like a lot of skill dominant players. And chill in that game versus Serbia, I think they had 4 points in the paint in the first half.
Not the first quarter, but the first half.
And I think Serbia had 26 paint points versus Wemby and Rudy in the first half.
Dominated.
They were going insane. And I think France had I think they had, I want to say 11 offensive rebounds in the first half and only had 2. Like I think they only had scored 2 points off those offensive rebounds in the first half or something like that.
How do you get kicked? How you get your ass kicked on the glass being that good?
They just didn't have players that could put it back up. Like even Batum and Rudy, they just weren't able to put it back up consistently. I think the one Rudy made, I think it was a turnaround fadeaway over his shoulder.
He loves his little fades over Jokic, man. That's his right there. Yeah.
That's how I knew they were losing that game, Mars.
Yeah, saying that.
And they went up too early. France came out and took, I want to say, almost a 10-point lead. And then Serbia just came storming back.
Went on like an 18-0 run.
Yeah, and y'all done heard me say it multiple times, and I'm going to say it one more time. Serbia is the second best team in the Olympics. Right after
better than France, better than Spain, better than Germany.
You seen what they just did to France? Now, I know it was a friendly. I know like it's going to be some more games that need to be played. But chill, they
got to get carried by Jokic and Bogey so hard though. Like they're good.
They do not swipe it. This is what I'm trying to say.
I think at that
level,
you've
seen that game, but you don't know the other fight. You don't know Marko Guduric.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I'm talking about. I see live in Istanbul. I see Marko Guduric put up 30 points.
Yeah, that's cool.
Live.
I'm
talking about shooting
Canada,
from the
France, Spain. It's going to take a lot of
Marko Guduric.
Canada don't have bigs, so you can rely on Jokic in the game against Canada.
Well, they do. They don't have viable bigs. I mean, they
they have Dwight Powell, but
right.
I mean, they have Scrub.
They got Kelly O. So they got bigs. They don't have glass cleaners. They don't have paint presence like that, though.
The thing that's going to win the U.S. the gold, though, is going to be their depth. I actually don't think their team basketball is going to beat you. It's just their depth. They just have so many players, and you don't catch a break versus America. But I think
the drop off.
Go ahead.
And the drop off, like to your point, and the drop off when you sub players isn't that much bigger as opposed to Ron, the guy that you were talking about. What's his name again? The guy that you just were talking about. You saw him in Turkey.
Marko Guduric.
So who plays behind him? And whoever plays behind him, what kind of drop off is it? As opposed to when you take Devin Booker off the floor and you're putting in
Anthony Edwards, Hallie, Drew, Derek White.
That's what I'm talking about. So the drop off isn't nearly as huge with Team USA as it would be with France. When you take Rudy off the floor or when you take Wemby off the floor, what does it look like?
Who said that Anthony Davis might be the best player on this U.S. team up here?
That was
Dion,
wasn't it?
Oh, he said that because he was playing.
Dion be spitting. You just now realizing that.
He said AD might be the best player. He said AD was better than Embiid.
No, he said he might be the second best player on the team.
Second best
than LeBron James. Yeah.
Well, I was like, there's no way he's picking someone over LeBron. I was like, no way.
Right.
Yeah, AD is just he has all the international like tangible things like the length, the athleticism, the quickness. He can shoot a little bit.
Yeah, Swiper, you was dead on with France though. Just in watching that game, the thing I realized that with France is like they got good talent and they're playing their young guys, but their young guys just aren't quite polished enough.
Did you see Frank?
Frank Ntilikina, yeah,
turning the ball over every time.
I'm surprised that they chose him over.
It didn't take me long. I saw him. I saw him in the summer league like 6 years ago, and I was like, this dude don't work on his game. He does not. He's just showing up. This dude does not work on his game. But I know you just saw that turnaround, Mars, with Bam. It's stuff like that. It's stuff like that that makes me say, I want to move on from buckets and I want to build my unit around this dude. I feel like with him, I feel like these are his peak years. And I feel like with this time that we have now with him, we're still in his prime. He's only 26 years old. But I feel like I could get 3 or 4 peak years from Bam at 22, 23, and 10. If I could build around him and come off of buckets, I think we'd be in a lot. I think we'd be in a lot better
What do you
position.
mean
I think
build
you
around
got.
him?
I think you got exactly what building around a guy means. I'm moving on from the other guys, and I'm building my unit around Bam Adebayo.
So just to be a playoff team from 26 to 29?
Not just a playoff team, because we can get. I feel like we could get very much like what the Knicks are doing. Very much like what the Knicks are doing with Jalen Brunson, where
Yeah, but you can't build around Bam like you do Jalen, though.
No, because Jalen is more of a scorer. I can get with that, but Bam, the way he facilitates that offense, the way he can score and rebound the basketball and protect the rim, I very much think that I very much feel like Bam is a franchise player that I can build my unit around. How they run their offense through him, how he passes, how he can shoot in the mid range, how he cleans glass. I very much feel like we can build.
But if you're saying build around him, and then you're comparing him to like the Celtics that build around Tatum, the Sixers that build around Embiid, the Knicks that build around Brunson, the Bucks that build around Giannis, he would be by far the worst player. That's a number one option among any of those players.
Sure.
Period. And then you're also more limited offensively because he's not the playmaker, ball handler, shooter that any of those other players are.
But Bam needed a point guard for 7 years, and they haven't got one. Like, that's the problem. Like, you can build around Bam. He doesn't need to be your best offensive player. If they would have got Dame, that would have been a perfect offensive complement to Bam. But they couldn't get it done. Bam's needed a pick and roll ball handling point guard so you can unlock him in the short roll for his mid range jump.
That's why Kyle worked there, even though Kyle was limited.
Yeah, that's what they need.
Respect Terry Rozier, Mars.
But yeah, he wasn't even available in the postseason, so we never even got to see that. So like, even with that, like that's what Bam needs. Bam needs a point guard who can run pick and roll with him, DHO, get Bam in the middle of the floor where he's most dangerous. And then you got the mid-range jumper, you got the playmaking, all of those things. Yeah, and then he's an excellent athlete too. So he can provide.
Is he the third best playmaking big in the league? Center. By the way, center, not power forward.
Yeah, I know, but you're saying Jokic and Sabonis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he better than Sabonis?
He might be seconds. Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't. And if he is better, if Sabonis is better than him, it ain't by a lot. Sabonis is a better rebounder.
Sengun better than them, man.
Are we talking? If we're talking about all around player, if we're talking about just playmaker, all around player,
we're talking about playmaking.
I'm fine.
That's what we're talking about.
We're talking about playmaking. DeMontis clears. DeMontis clears. DeMontis clears as far as playmaking goes.
I'm just gonna be the only one to give Sengun his honorable mention, I guess.
No, Sengun.
No, we're not.
I think Sengun is better than Bam in playmaking too. But I do want to put this on record. If we're talking about just all around player, I think things that Bam does that DeMontis doesn't do, and things that DeMontis do that Bam doesn't do, puts them pretty much even. I think they're pretty much even, and I'm just going to take.
Where's the separator?
Well, the separator is that I'm just going to be biased and say DeMontis. I think they're
biased. No,
I think they're pretty much even because of just certain things that Bam does better and certain things that DeMontis does better. But since they're so even, if I have to choose, I'm gonna go with DeMontis.
Right.
But,
so that's not bias, Ox. If this guy is your favorite player, that doesn't make you biased to this guy because being biased,
whatever the word is,
right? So sure, I can get with that.
It's bias. You're saying if it's close, I'm gonna go with my guy.
I like this guy.
Yeah, that's what bias doesn't mean. Bias isn't wrong. If you're saying, hey, it's really close. Like, it's so close that at the end of the day, I'm nitpicking. I'm going to just favor my guy. That's bias. But everyone has conscious and subconscious bias. Like,
if I thought Bam was better and I chose DeMontis, then I think that's bad bias.
That's just delusional bias.
Right.
Yeah. But if you're saying,
the definition of bias is to have an unfair advantage. That's the definition of bias.
He does have an unfair advantage.
What unfair advantage does he have?
That if it's close, I'm going with him.
Because I like you more.
The advantage is Bam has to beat Sabonis definitively for Ox to say Bam is better, whereas Sabonis can be neck and neck with Bam and Sabonis, and Ox will pick Sabonis. Sabonis' unfair advantage is he doesn't have to outright beat Bam for Ox to say he's better, because if it's close, he's gonna go with Sabonis.
What's the worst center? Who is the at what point? Like, what are the centers you would trade? You would stop trading Bam for? So, like, if you could go through the list of centers in the league, who is the best or worst player that you would trade Bam for?
So I'm not moving off of Bam for, if I think about the 5 men in the game, who are the best 5 men in the game? Today, who is the best 5 man in the game?
Jokic, Embiid, Davis.
So Jokic, Embiid, Anthony Davis, Wemby, Sengun,
Sabonis,
Rudy.
I'm not trading Bam for Rudy. I'm not. I'm not trading Bam for Rudy. I'm not trading Bam for Sabonis neither. I'm not. I'm holding on to Bam. I'm not trading him for Sabonis.
But would you trade? But would you do it the other way? If you had Sabonis, would you trade him for Bam? No way. I can't do it either way, Chill. Personally, I think it's so even. It's so even. And if I got either one of those guys, I value either one of them so much. Like if I had Bam, I would value him.
Well, it goes back to what you just got finished talking about.
You know?
If it's one or the other, who's the guy that you like more? And if I'm sticking with Bam, I'm not trading Sabonis for Bam. But if I had an opportunity to get Bam for Sabonis, I probably would do that. I probably would.
I can't do it.
If 2016 DeMarcus Cousins is in the NBA right now, would you trade Bam for him?
See ya, Bam.
No. I'm not trading DeMarcus Cousins. I'm not trading Bam for DeMarcus Cousins.
Well,
as good as DeMarcus Cousins was as a talent,
Chill, you might get fired.
I may get fired, but in 2 years, it might look a lot different. In 2 years,
the thing about DeMarcus is,
and then you might come back to me in 2 years and go, "Yeah."
I asked on Twitter not too long ago, like his numbers alone, basically 19-12 or 19-13 and 8. Why do people think he's not like a top 10, 12 player? He finished 7th in MVP voting.
He plays for the Kings.
It's because we watch him play.
No. He plays for the Kings,
Swiper. I'm saying that, like, I don't think Sabonis is that good either. But I think the thing with Bam is I would much rather have Bam.
That's why you think that.
Wire to wire and playoff than Sabonis. Like, just not even a thought for me. Just because he just has much more to his game that he can offer than Sabonis can. But I think Sabonis regular season, you could argue, has more value than Bam. Because he's a better floor raiser, arguably.
You're saying that because Steph Curry went for 51 points in Game 7. It's just that simple. It's just that simple, bro. It's just that simple.
I don't know if I understand that.
I don't think it's just that. But I think the only person I would not trade I would stop. It would be Jokic, Embiid, AD, Wemby, and after that point, I think I would stop. I think I would take Bam over anybody else in the league.
That's as far as I'm going.
So with the health factor, you wouldn't consider trading Embiid for Bam?
I would. See, that's the thing is I would because of the age and the health. Because if you tell me I can get Bam for a full 16 in the playoffs, as opposed to an Embiid, maybe get him for a healthy 2, and then everything else is up in the air, then yeah, I mean it's.
But there's a flip side to that though, Swiper. What if I'm telling you that I can give you 12 games of I could give you 12 games of Embiid. I can't pick which 12 I can give you. I can give you 12 games of Embiid.
Yeah, we've never had it though. I think that's the thing. Like we just haven't never had it.
Right. We haven't, but we have been able to see Embiid play a lot during the regular season. And yes, he's had some even though I'm out on Philly and I can't believe I'm defending I'm defending Embiid in this. But if I could I think the upside for Embiid is just way too high. I think he's good enough that he could throw a crew on his back and take him to the NBA championship. I think he's good enough to do that. I just think he's made of glass. That's it.
I don't think he's made of the right stuff though.
I think he's made of glass. I do.
I think if you're telling me, like, even just I think it's the way you play too. Like I don't think he necessarily can translate to that consistently. And again, I don't mean like on a peak basis, but I think Embiid's mentality, his leadership, all that stuff. That's the stuff that comes out of you, like in those settings, how you respond to pressure, like how you respond in the fourth quarter, like how you respond to all that stuff. So again, Embiid for me, I think is a clear better player than Bam. So I would take Bam. I'll take him over Bam, but I think you just have to ask yourself the question, like, is this a dude that's going to be able to take you wire to wire as your best player? I don't know.
Now, with that being said, and that's a good point, Swiper, but why do you think that in terms of his mentality, he's like that? I think a lot of that has to do with his physical makeup. If I'm not physically where I want to be, mentally, it screws with you as a player. A lot of these guys, if you've seen them throughout the playoffs, they've been great. The majority of them have been awesome because of how they feel physically. And a lot of these guys, their game is built on confidence. So a guy like Joel Embiid, I think a lot of the reasons why he hasn't been as aggressive, how he hasn't been as forceful in the playoffs is because he's been beat up. And I don't think he thinks he can do it. I don't think he thinks he's going to hold up. I think he's afraid of getting hurt. And if he wasn't, and he didn't have to worry about that, I think he would be way more valuable. Yeah, if you're taking that off the table, right? If you're taking that off the table and you're just saying, all right, Swiper, I can give you 12 games of this guy at 90% health and he knows it, I think he'd be a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of that's on the table. It's just I think for me, what really did it was that after they lost to Boston, remember he requoted Giannis. Remember when Giannis said like the failure thing or whatever, then Embiid got up there and like was like laughing about it, like, yeah, there's no such thing as failure or whatever. I'm just like, bro, like this is like,
yes, it is.
It's just like it's a lot more serious than this. Like, and it's just basketball. But I'm saying, like, we're at the point now where we're just running this back every single year. But again, I gave him credit for this year because he averaged 37 points a game in the first round on a bad knee and was cooking. So he deserves all the credit. I think he had 60 true shooting in that series too. He deserves all the credit for that. But I think right now, like, I don't know, man. Bam just has a really impressive resume. He just doesn't have the hardware to show for it.
I think it's due to his health because I feel like mentally, if I feel great, I think you're going to be more aggressive. I think you're going to be more assertive. I think you're going to do more things than you would if you didn't feel, especially in the playoffs, if you didn't feel the way you should. And especially going up against dudes like Mitchell Robinson, I don't think Bam is looking, not Bam, I'm sorry. I don't think that Embiid is looking at Mitchell Robinson. If he feels great and he's healthy, I don't think he looks at Mitchell Robinson like, yo, I don't know.
I think Embiid is he's the third center now. It would have been the 50-point playoff game. There's only 3 of them. He now has one of them. So like that shows his ceiling.
All right, fellas. My man Mike has spammed this in the chat a couple times. He said, Ron, who is my first matchup in the debate league? First off, Mike, you haven't entered for the final spot yet. So if you're not going to sign up, stop spamming the chat. But I do also want to let you guys know, if you're in the chat, if you're on social media or wherever you may be, today is the last day to enter for this final spot in the PCL. So scan this QR code that's on the screen below, Swiper, or you can scan this one right here. In case you don't know, the PCL is an NBA debate league that we got going on right here on the Players' Choice platform. It's a 7-week debate tournament, and the winner gets $1,000 cash prize and a PCL belt. So if you scan this QR code, we need 2 wildcard members to join, and it can very well be you if you think you got what it takes to debate against the likes of some of these powerhouses that are on the Players' Choice panel. So go ahead, scan that QR code and join. We will be selecting a member here very soon. We'll be dropping the group brackets. We'll be dropping the schedules and all of that good stuff. But speaking of group play and whatnot, well, first off, I want to encourage you guys to like the video. But speaking of group play, let's go ahead and get into it, fellas. The NBA just released the groups for the in-season tournament, and they're pretty interesting, if I must say so myself. It was a criteria that they did to select these groups. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of run down what exactly that looks like. So basically it's 5 different pots. And it depends on your team's record from last year. And each of these groups are depicted by these pots. So the team with the top 3 seed gets put from both conferences. The teams with the top 3 seeds get put in one pot, and each of those go to a separate group. Then the teams that's 4 through 6 get put in a separate pot. Each of those go to a group. And then so that's pot 1, pot 2, pot 3 is obviously 7 through 9, pot 4 is 10 through 12, and pot 5 is 13 through 15. So each group will have a team that's within that realm in their pots. So that's basically how the teams are divvied up. It's very similar to last year, where you'll have your knockout rounds, and then you'll have the group play, and then you'll have the knockout round. This will start on November 12th, and it will go through December 3rd. Also, too, what else we got about the in-season tournament? All the games will count, just like last year. It will be 6 teams that will advance, or 8 teams that will advance. It will be all 6 teams from the that win their group, and then it will be 2 wild cards from each side. So that should be interesting. And yeah, the in-season tournament is going to be crazy. Once again, I'm gonna go ahead and put these groups on the screen so you guys can see them, and then I need you guys to talk to me about which group that you guys think is the toughest group.
Oh, well, that's easy. We'll get to it. There's only one answer.
All right,
West
so this
C.
is this is what we're looking at right now. Let's start with the first group. I need you guys to lock in so you guys can tell me which group that you think is the best group. This is West A. The West A group consists of the
Who the
Minnesota
hell is that?
Timberwolves,
The Clippers.
the Los Angeles
Oh,
Clippers.
okay.
Oh, and this is their new logo too, by the way. The Los Angeles Clippers, the Sacramento Kings, the Houston Rockets, and the Portland Trail Blazers. How we feeling about this group, fellas?
It's a solid group.
Yeah.
So.
I'll give him a 6. Houston's gonna be a lot better this season than they were last year. The Clippers and the Blazers are the ones that throw a monkey wrench in this. I think Sacramento's going to be back from what they were last year. Keep those guys healthy. I think they're going to be good. So this group is a 6, maybe a 6.5.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This could go either way. It just depends on Sac in Houston. Like if us in Houston can easily make this group very good or easily make this group trash. So
Garbage.
This could go either way.
Because we already know. Well, I think the Trailblazers are going to be a lot better this season too. I'd be surprised if they'll be at the bottom of the West again. I think.
Sure, you know who else is going to be better this year? I think the Wizards. The Wizards might mess around to be a playing team this year.
A playing team. Wow.
But let me not get off track. Let me not get off track.
Okay.
Stay
We'll
focused.
stay
My bad.
Because we're going to talk about the Wizards.
I got that bad ADHD. My bad.
West B. This is their group right here. You can see it is the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Phoenix Suns, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Utah Jazz and the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, 2 playoff teams, 2 playing teams. It's not bad.
Anytime you get Wemby against LeBron and KD and Chet, I'm gonna take it.
That's an entertaining group.
Yeah, anytime you can get Wemby against LeBron, KD, and Chet. Yeah, that's good.
What do you think? 7.5, maybe an 8?
I'm not mad at this group.
I mean, OKC is far and away better than all those teams by a pretty good amount. So one juggernaut, one juggernaut, one playoff team, and then a play-in team, a lottery team, and then a team that's going to be fighting for the play-in.
They definitely better than Phoenix. They're definitely better than Utah.
They're definitely better than the Lakers. Are you avoiding that?
I don't know. Chill. I know how the playoffs went last year, but I'm not just gonna say that like matched up against each other.
That's what I'm saying.
Matched up against each other. I'm not just ready to say that they're
like
better than.
I put Ryan Dunn on Shea.
I can't do it. I can't just say that they're just automatically just better than Phoenix and LA.
Swipe if that Laker team in these playoffs that just passed, if they see
I didn't call them out this last year. I'm talking about this year. Alex Caruso and Isaiah Hartenstein are on the team now.
And Caruso and Hartenstein.
And Bronny James and Dalton Connector on the Lakers.
Let's chill out.
Okay, Mars. This is what I'm saying. You this narrative talk that you hate. I'm talking hoops. You talking narrative.
I point out new acquisitions for the other team, and all of a sudden his narrative.
And the one guy that you pointed out is insignificant. He's not going to play, Mars. He's not going to play at all. Dalton Connect is going to play. I won't argue that. Dalton Connect 100% is going to play. Bronny James is not going to play, Mars.
Okay, but you ain't think about how rejuvenated LeBron James will be having his son on the sideline every game. You ain't think about that factor, the mental factor of I have to take defense. I have to take defense serious. I have to take defense serious this year. I have to be locked in on a possession-to-possession basis because I'm setting an example for my son who is sitting on that bench looking at me. I can't take plays off defensively this year because my son is watching. I
don't have to think about that, Mars.
Can I go back to basketball, please?
That's a mental edge.
Okay, so Mars, this is the bullshit that Swiper is talking about. Mars, you do know that his son was sitting in the stands in years past. Let's make sure
in the stands and actually being in uniform is different.
What difference does it make? He's going to be in uniform later on, whether it's a Laker uniform, whether it's an Oklahoma City uniform, whether it's a Minnesota Timberwolves uniform.
Every day.
It doesn't make a difference. He's going to be in a uniform. So I have to accept the example for not only him, because I don't know if you know this, Mars, but I got another boy who plays too. I got 2 boys who play. So I can't just be out here. I can't just be out here going through the motions and dogging it. My boys are in the stands watching.
It's different. But it's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Bronny's at the game sometimes. Yeah, cool. But Bronny's now going to be in the facility.
All right, we're wasting a lot of time on this point.
Yeah, there's a different aspect to it when your son is there every day.
Question. Because I'm looking at physical specimen oxygen. Tell me, do you think Jason Tatum is he like the Mike Evans of the NBA?
I don't know who Mike Evans is.
I don't know who Mike Evans is.
No,
my bad.
I did say. Oh,
relax,
anyway.
bro. I know who Mike Evans is. A physical specimen like Jason.
Like
Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, like when I seen him compared to all the other guys, I didn't know Jason Tatum was like built like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
put on 25 pounds.
Yeah, I got to see. Speaking of somebody that put on some weight, what about Imani?
Rejuvenated LeBron, but I mean, I guess. So
well, I wanted to ask.
We got to get back to these groups, y'all.
Well, I want to talk about the group.
I would say a good point, Mars.
How is that nonsense? That's a very adequate point.
Fellas, we got it.
Can you address my point, Ron? Can you address my point,
fellas? I got a segment I'm trying to get to. Okay, I got a draft that I'm trying to get to for us. So we got to go through these groups so we can get to the draft.
In a long time. That's what's up.
This is West C. We got the Denver Nuggets, Dallas Mavericks, New Orleans Pelicans.
I told you this group is ridiculous.
I'm in the minority.
Golden State Warriors and Memphis Grizzlies. How are we feeling about this group?
Not 10, maybe 9. Just because I got some questions about the Warriors. I'm not sure how Ja's going to come back. I'm assuming he's going to come back fantastic. I think that's fair to assume that Ja's going to come back amazing like always. But they got the Pelicans and the Nuggets in this group, and the Mavericks. I refuse to hate on them. I think this group is the best group we've seen so far.
I think there's
by
four.
Far, this is easily the best group in the West. I can say that hands down. This is the best.
Probably 4 playoff teams.
I don't think the Pels are going to be as good as y'all think they're going to be this year.
And neither do I. But
they got better.
No, they didn't.
Playoff teams and 2 playing teams. I think that's fair.
They got DeJounte. They got DeJounte for Larry Nance.
No, Ox, DeJounte is not a needle mover, man.
I'm not getting involved.
Did you not?
They actually got worse.
Did you not hear Willie Green say they're gonna be small this year?
I don't care what Willie Green said. Like they're they got DeJounte for Larry Nance.
Do you know the consequences of them being small this year?
Clearly, he doesn't. Mars.
That means Zion cooks it. Bro, clearly, I do. Zion's cooking anybody. Healthy Zion is a problem. I know, chill. I know he breaks down. I know you're going with this, chill. Zion breaks down. Let's take
the injuries off the table for a second.
They got DeJounte Murray.
Josh Giddey is who?
Larry Nance.
It's DeJounte Murray. He's the most overrated player in the NBA. It's
Ron,
fake defense.
Ron, you think
he's not a playmaker. He's not a playmaker. Fake defense, and he's not a playmaker.
Ron is
1,000% fake.
Ron trolling right now.
I'm not trolling. These are the words that you guys say. Fake. His defense is overrated.
He's not
that good of a playmaker. He dribbles the air out the ball. His scoring isn't really all of that. He just gets the shots to shoot.
DeJounte out there with Herb. Come on.
No, actually, DeJounte and Herb just haven't led the league in assists in the last 3 years. It's fake defense. They just throw him the ball. He just miraculously comes up with steals.
DeJounte hasn't played defense in 2 years. So, like,
there you go.
Yeah, that's how you look.
It's fake steals.
Hate him in ass.
Matter of fact,
it's 1,000% been fake defense. The only reason you'd say it isn't is if you think he's going to start playing defense again in New Orleans. He's got back.
As a matter of fact, the stat keepers that were taking Michael Jordan's stats in the 1988 year are the same ones that have been taking DeJounte Murray's stats with his steals.
Look at this Embiid defense, Mars. Watch next one.
So we cook.
Yeah.
Would you turn the TV off? We're trying to have a conversation.
I thought we were gonna be on playback anyway, but all right, I got you.
Come on, it's no way we're doing this right now. Like DeJounte didn't.
No, they're doing this. They're doing this.
You can say DeJounte is a talent upgrade from Larry Nance and Dyson Daniels, even though I think Dyson Daniels
a huge upgrade. Like not even like a very big upgrade.
What I said was Willie Green said they're going to be small this year.
They lost Valanciunas and Larry Nance.
That implies that Yves Missi is already small, but he's probably not going to play that much. That implies Zion at the 5. There's benefits.
Who doesn't rebound as much as you'd like.
There's benefits offensively. There's clear drawbacks defensively.
Clear.
Herb Jones had one of the biggest defensive loads last year in terms of what he's being asked to do.
So now you're going to put more on him.
There's definitely more on him. There's definitely more on him this year.
Yes.
And once again, the only people who are saying DeJounte is a good defender are either people who didn't watch him for the last 2 years, or who just think he can get back to what he was 3 years ago. DeJounte was a bad defender in Atlanta. There's no argument against that. He was bad.
Ron, do you fight that? Ron, do you?
I think he plays defense better. I think he plays defense better next to next to Herb Jones. I think. Well, obviously I am because I think he plays better plays better defense on this unit than a unit with Trae Young.
It's crazy. I think the defense better with Trae Young on the floor than DeJounte. But hey,
numbers will say that. But I'm talking about basketball. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about his defense. His defense is okay. Well, that's cool. That's cool. You think what you want. I'm talking about DeJounte Murray is going to play defense better with Herb Jones than he's going to play with Trae Young. It's just it's easy.
Ignore that they had DeAndre Hunter. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Trae.
Okay, is DeJounte going to play better defense with CJ McCollum? Like, you want to bring out the best defender on the Pels and then bring out the worst defender on the Hawks? Like, what kind of
well, okay, so look, we can talk about the whole units. We can talk that we can do the whole units. All right, the whole units. He's going to play a better defense with the Pelicans because the Pelicans, in my opinion, are a better defensive unit than the Atlanta Hawks. And I think that's a fair point to make.
But is it going to be
and the Pelicans are a better defensive unit?
Yes.
Okay, so like I said, so the reason people would be high on this is if they have the optimism that DeJounte will get back to how good he was defensively 3 years ago.
100%. I got the optimism. Yes, I do.
Measley was right. We just had a word salad when we were on the same page. Out us.
Meanwhile, these dudes ain't got nobody rebounding. They got nobody rim protecting. They got nobody in the paint. What you going to do in New Orleans? You're just going to outscore everybody. Is that what I'm understanding?
That's the NBA nowadays.
And defense.
No, it's not. It's not the NBA nowadays. No, it's not because the Boston Celtics play defense. That's not true. Minnesota played defense. So that's not true. Don't tell me that.
Minnesota got spanked by Dallas.
And exactly.
And Dallas played defense.
And not only did Dallas play defense, we saw that logic with the Phoenix Suns. We just going to outscore people. They got the brooms put to their ass. So no, that's not
the Pelicans don't got a better defense than the Suns now.
But they're small though.
With Zion at the 5, I don't like.
Probably
it's gonna be hard. Like it's gonna be hard to have a good defense with Zion at the 5.
If they have Trey Murphy and Herb and Dion,
Zion starts at the 5. Zion's not about to start at the 5.
Marshall's gone.
So who's gonna be Yves Missi? You're gonna run into
starting probably.
It's still the off-season's not.
But now
the off-season's not like they still got months to work on their roster. Like I don't.
They have to get somebody. They have.
I highly doubt that.
We're speaking as of today. We can't be like, well, they're gonna go get this big, and I'm like, sure,
right. I'm with you on that. But I don't know who they're gonna get, but I think we all can agree that they have to go get somebody. Like I don't know who, and I'm not saying they're gonna go grab a great defender. But I do think DeJounte is a really good defender. And I think DeJounte is a significant upgrade.
Right. So what's your starting lineup, Hawks, for the Pelicans? You personally?
I'm not sure because I don't know what they're gonna do with the 5. I'm not starting Zion at the 5. Okay. Like I'm not doing that. Zion can start at the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1. I know which y'all talking about point Zion, but
are you starting CJ and DeJounte?
CJ might be in running for 6th man of the year this year.
That's a fact.
Okay.
I'm not bringing Herb Jones off the bench. I don't care.
Every depth chart I see as Herb Jones off the bench is ridiculous.
Right. I think CJ should be in that 6th man of the year race this year. I'm not sure about the starting lineup. I'm not sure about all that. That's Willie Green's job. What I'm saying is that they just went and got DeJounte Murray. I'm talking about just the pieces they got, and I think those pieces fit together. Now all they're missing is a big that's serviceable. He doesn't have to be a superstar big. He doesn't have to be an all-star. But I think that what they got, Clint Capella will be great over there. If they went and got Clint Capella, I don't know how that works. I'm not sure about all that.
They just gave him DeJounte Murray. They ain't giving him Clint Capella too. That's not happening. Let's kill that logic right now.
Mo Wagner? Y'all need him? Y'all want him?
Didn't Mo just sign an extension
I'm saying, but like, but a player like
that.
It's
so I don't want to be disingenuous, right? But I do think they could if they could sign JaVale McGee. Bro, I give a damn. They just need a big. They just need somebody to stand by the rim, be big, and rebound. You know what I'm saying?
They had that. They let him walk out the door.
Robert Williams. Okay, that's fine.
Any team that needs a big, I'm saying Robert Williams. But
we need Robin Sack.
How long do you have to be a bad defender before you're a bad defender?
What'd you say?
It's got to be consecutive.
How long do you have to be a bad defender before you get called a bad defender?
It has to be consecutive.
2 games.
No.
Okay, so let's see how many
He
games
play
DeJounte
defense.
Murray. Let's see how many games DeJounte Murray played in Atlanta. Let's see. 'Cause
How many games? I think it's harder to go the other way. How many games you got to play to be considered a good defender? I mean,
DeJounte Murray played 152 games for the Atlanta Hawks.
And he was bad at all 152.
He was bad for 92% of them. So why do you think he's still a good defender? If you said 2 games makes you a bad defender, DeJounte is giving you 2 seasons of bad defense, but you think he's a good defender.
Once again, Mars, I'm gonna say I don't agree that he was just playing bad defense in Atlanta.
Fellas,
It wasn't as good as it was in San Antonio.
Okay, I can't do anything.
We have to move on. Here is the East groups, and this is East A. We have the New York Knicks, the Orlando Magic, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Brooklyn Nets, and the Charlotte Hornets in this group. How are we feeling about it?
3 playoff teams guaranteed. That's nice. And Nick, 2 playing teams.
It's 2. They got two good teams. 2 good teams in Orlando and New York. A mediocre team in Philly.
Oh my gosh.
2 terrible squads.
2 lottery teams, 3 playoff teams. That's nice.
I'm curious to see how Orlando look this year. Very curious.
Jalen Suggs and KCP.
That offense is just interesting to me. I want to see if Paolo takes a jump, if Franz takes a jump, if Franz can get back to shooting threes at a good clip.
Anthony Black, shout out.
Jet Howard has looked pretty good in summer league. So
Anthony Black, I think he's their league guard of the future. I do like what I see.
Guard.
Yeah, I didn't really like how he looked too much in summer league yesterday, but I'm high on Anthony Black. But this is the group right here.
Who's the MVP of that group?
MVP of the group. I ain't never.
Yeah, who's going to play the
best
in that group?
So who's going to play the best in that group?
New York.
Embiid.
Oh,
Brunson.
one person.
The Hornets big as who? Mark Williams. Then you go at the 5 for Brooklyn. Who's the 5 for Brooklyn?
Nick
Claxton.
Claxton. He not. Yeah.
Embiid
versus Wendell Carter
and Mitchell Robinson.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's 19 for the game. Yep. Okay. Yep. And be the MVP.
All right. Here's the East B as currently stands. You got the Milwaukee Bucks, the Indiana Pacers, the Miami Heat, the Toronto Raptors, and the Detroit Pistons.
Weakest group we've seen so far.
What?
Yeah, but at least you got the Bucks Pacers rivalry.
This is all 3 playoff teams, but this is a regular season Heat team. So who absolutely knows what you're getting? And then the Pacers and Bucks are going to be 152 to 149 scores.
And the Pistons are going to be back next year, 28 wins. So we're going to be a tough beat.
They are going to be better, Ox. Yes, they are. JB Bickerstaff.
I don't think they can be worse. So,
I'm not doubting that. I'm just laughing at the 28.
JB
who are the Raptors starting next year?
Emmanuel Quickly, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Jakob Poeltl. Maybe they start Grady next year because Gary Trent's leaving.
Bruce.
Oh hell no, he's not even gonna be on the team next year. I don't think.
Kelly
Ochai.
He's I don't know that
he's playing in summer league right now, which is for going into year 3.
I don't know. Emmanuel Quickly, RJ, Scotty Barnes, Jakob
Grady.
Yeah, I said probably Grady is where I'd go.
Didn't they just signed Jalen McDaniel, didn't they?
Into the starting lineup.
No, he's on the Kings.
No, we got him.
Jalen went there. That's right.
Yeah, we got
Davion Mitchell's there now. Maybe Davion Mitchell, Emmanuel Quickly.
That's who I think your starting league guard is.
I don't know. Maybe something.
That's a mid team. They were good for a while when they had, but that's a mid team.
But they're
gonna compete. They're gonna compete defensively.
I feel like they're building something up there, though, Swiper. I think that's the difference with them.
You mean Masai's 10-year plan?
I don't know about that, but I do feel like they got a foundation and they building something up there with Scotty Barnes, with
it's so insane to me, Chill, that the Heat are going to run it back with this Duncan hero thing all over again. It's just every year they just cannot get rid of either one of those dudes.
They're gonna make it back to the finals with this same core.
They could.
Team USA is up 53-37 right now against Australia. It is halftime at the moment. Some notable stat lines for the USA team. Anthony Edwards is leading them in scoring with 11 points. LeBron has 8. Joel Embiid has 7. And that's really about it right now. It's been a pretty balanced act
Respect Devin
for
Booker.
Team USA.
I don't know how many points he got, but he made a couple jumpers. So respect Devin Booker.
D-Book has 5.
Yeah.
Bam got 6. Been pretty balanced act so far. Ant came out hot, so we'll see what the second half looks like. On the Australia side, shout out Patty Mills. Jock Landale leads the game in scoring right now with 13.
Yeah.
13 and 4.
Yeah.
Shout out Jock. And that's really about it. We'll keep you guys updated on everything that's going on. We do have one more group that I want to put on the screen, and it is Group C in the East. You got your NBA champion Boston Celtics, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Chicago Bulls, the Hawks, and the Wizards.
The Hawks
This is
are going to be
reminiscent of their
sneaky
playoff
good.
run last year.
The Hawks are going to be sneaky good this year. Everyone's sleeping on the Hawks. They're going to be a sneaky good team.
Mars, what's
What
Mars? Sneaky good. What does that even mean? What are they doing?
Everyone thinks they're going to just be down there with the bums of the Eastern Conference. They're going to be competing for like an 8 seed, 7-8 seed. Sneaky good.
Which is the same as it was last year.
No. Last year they just made the play-in because 10 teams have to make it. This year they're going to be an actual team that's competing for the playoffs.
For another play-in spot like they were.
Yeah, they'll be in the play-in because the play-in exists, but they'll be a top 8 seed. So it's different. Last year they weren't a top 8 seed. They just made the play-in because 10 teams have to make it. This year they're going to be above 500. They're going to be a good team.
Is that not just a testament to how weak the East is?
I didn't say all that.
On the bottom half?
I just said they're going to be above 500, man. I ain't calling the East week. You called the East week. I would never call the East week.
Yes, I'm calling the East weak. Well, the bottom half of the East, like after you get to
the Wizards, the Hornets, the Bulls, the Nets, the Pistons, those teams, the Raptors.
Yeah, but even like the playing territory too, 8 to 7 to 11's kind of.
Well, so Miami's a solid regular season team. Philly's good, Orlando's good, the Knicks are good, the Bucks are good, the Pacers are good, the Cavs are good, the Celtics are good. Atlanta will be in around the bottom of that group. So whether it's Orlando, Indiana, Miami, Philly, if they're hurt, they're going to be with those guys. Like they're not going to be way behind. Is all I'm saying. Like they're a solid team. And I think they've done a good job with what they've got. They've got some defenders around Trae Young and guys who can make decisions and not just relying on Trae to get spot up guys' shots. So I think they've done okay. They just need to get off Clint Capella, and then they'll be okay.
I do like putting the ball back in Trae Young's hands. I think that's their best bet moving forward. Let the offense basically revolve around Trae. But I don't know, man. I'm just you're going into a new phase where Reed Sheppard is essentially your second or third option, or your second best player / scorer, I guess. Who's
Jalen?
Oh, Jalen. My bad. I respect Jalen, but is Jalen a second option? Is he a viable second option?
He's gonna be for them this year. Yeah,
that's a question mark. Is Reed Sheppard a viable third option?
It's gonna be dependent on how well he can hold physically. Yeah, it's question marks. I'm just on the optimistic side of it. But
is Kobe Buffkin gonna be good for you off the bench?
Hopefully,
that's a question mark.
Oh yeah, Bogdanovic is still there.
Boggs.
Yeah, Bogdanovic is still there. He can be a nice little scoring punch.
Let me stop hating because I do love Bogey. I don't know, man. I just don't really.
They're gonna be a solid team this year. You're gonna see it. This is the first time they've got competent defenders who aren't just living off reputation on their roster. Dyson Daniels, defender. Zachary, hopefully, defender. Onyeka Okongwu, defender. DeAndre Hunter, defender. And not only Jalen Johnson, excellent point forward, transition player. Like they got guys who fit next to what Trae Young is. So, and Trae Young can.
Miles, what are they doing with this group? Because you and me already had this conversation with AJ. That's why they got off him, because they didn't know what they were doing with him. They did the same thing with John Collins. They didn't know what they were doing with him. They thought they knew what they were doing with him. They didn't know what they were doing with him. Clint Capella, who isn't really that old. I think he's 29. He's not that old. I feel like he's in the prime. But they've probably gotten all that they're going to get out of him. Trae, they're still building a unit around him. It didn't work with DeJounte off the strength that DeJounte is more of a – I think he's more of a playmaking guard than he is an off-ball guard. And I don't think that style of game – I don't think that style of play works with Trae. But then you got guys who didn't actually pan out the way that they should, like Okongwu. Like Okongwu should be a lot better than what he is. Like we I think we're at year 3 now with him. What's going on with his progression? What are we doing with him? They don't run anything for him. He's not. I don't think he's improved much as a defender. What exactly are they doing with him? Boggs, I already know, can shoot the basketball, but they don't really run a lot of action for him. I don't know exactly what it is that they're doing in Atlanta. I don't.
Well, yeah, Trey's the problem.
Okay. Onyeka's just small, so there's reluctance to have him.
Nice mid-range shot though.
Yeah, he's skilled, and I think he is a solid defender, especially in terms of like he can play at the level and pick and roll and stuff. But he is small, so there's concern there. They paid DeAndre Hunter a lot of money, and he's not worth as much. He's not worth as much as he's getting. But now this is the first time like they've gone a direction. Dyson Daniels was a great pickup for them. I'm gonna stay on that. High IQ, great feel for the game, excellent defender at the guard position, can rebound, can make decisions, play out the short roll, all of those things. He's good. Kobe Buffkin is an intriguing player as a defender too. Jalen Johnson is their second best player, will be their second best player. Reese Shea has the upside to be a very good connective player for them too. Larry Nance will be good for them. Like they've got good players who play next to Trey. The only issues I have is Clint and DeAndre. DeAndre for the money he's making, and Clint just isn't very good anymore.
All right, fellas. I gotta step in and ask everybody, who do they believe is the best group out here? So, Swiper, I'm gonna start with you. You let me know, which group do you think is the best? This is A.
Maybe.
That's rough. It's probably between B and the OKC group.
East,
so A,
East
that's
B,
A.
West B?
B and C. Yeah, I like that. I like C. I also like that 76ers one. So that is A. So between B, C, and A, I'll probably go. It's probably C, B, then A, maybe.
C, B,
but
and A.
I think the Pelicans are the toss-up though. That's the only problem. It depends how you feel about the Mavs, I guess, and the Memphis Grizzlies. But I think it could easily be C. It could easily be C. But I could be swayed with the other groups too. I think the 76ers are gonna be really good.
Mars, what group did you say was the best to you?
That one, West Group C.
West Group C. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Chill. What group do you think is the best?
That one with the Knicks and the Knicks in Philly.
And Orlando.
Right here.
Yeah. That one or the Lakers, Oklahoma City and Phoenix. But I think it's this one here, the East A.
But the bottom
West
is so bad though.
Doesn't have a Charlotte in it though.
But the difference, Swiper, is in this goddamn Melo, man. If he could stay healthy, I think
they still wouldn't be good.
Yes, they would.
Not.
Yes,
no,
they would. They wouldn't be as good as the Warriors or the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they're still worse than every team.
But they would be better than Brooklyn. I think that they would be better than Utah. I do think
Brooklyn's
that.
not good.
Well, Brooklyn's also in that group, so
right?
Yeah, they're also a lottery team.
But I'm thinking about the other groups and the bad teams. I think they definitely better. I think they'd be better.
Hold on. Go to West C. Go to West C.
There's not a bad team.
They're not better. They still wouldn't be better than the Warriors or Pelicans. Not even close.
No, they wuld not. I would agree with that. Yes, sir. Yeah, they would not be better than the Pelicans.
So even
though I don't think the Pelicans are going to be that good this year, I have to agree. I would have to agree that they would not be better than any of these teams, even if Melo was healthy. I would have to agree with that.
Big Ox, which group are you taking as the best group?
I think West. It's definitely West B or West C. I really want to go with this group right here, Ron. I really want to go with West B. I really want to go with West B. I believe Utah is going to be better. I 100% believe San Antonio is going to be better than they were. I think OKC is a really good squad. Hate to say it, but you can't sleep on LeBron James and the Lakers. And I still got faith in I got faith in
Are you snoring, Swiper? Is that what you're doing? I gotta come shake him.
I got faith in the Suns figuring it out, what type of offense system to run this year as opposed to last year.
If Bradley Beal can be more healthy this year, man, you know what? Fuck, I'm gonna go with West B. I'm gonna go with West B. Ron.
How many? So they got three. What teams will be bona fide playoff teams for them? You think OKC?
The top three teams, they're playoff teams for sure.
The top three are playoff teams.
Yes.
Yes. So why are you saying that? Why are you saying that?
So I can get with the OKC and Sun, but you're saying that the Lakers, who have not done anything and have been in a play in the last 2 years, you're saying they're not. You're saying top six or top eight?
They were in the play and made the playoffs.
They were playing the playoffs.
So you're saying top eight?
They've been in the playoffs. Top 8 is the playoffs, Swiper. They've made the playoffs. They literally made the playoffs the last 2 years. What are we talking about?
Well, 6 is,
It's not my fault that Adam Silver changed the way you make it to the playoffs. I don't care if you got to the playoffs through the play-in. You're still in the playoffs. You
think they beat the Healthy Kings in the play-in?
That's irrelevant.
Fellas, we got to get around to this draft. It's been a while since we did one, so let's go ahead and
do hell no, Swiper.
Chat, I need an order first, and then I'll explain to you guys exactly what we're gonna do. Y'all know the drill. Send me an order.
Do your thing. Y'all know what to do.
Send me an order, and then we're gonna get into this draft.
Ron seen open gym do a draft and just copied me. This is what I mean about our host.
Ron, you biting the style?
Hey,
Ron, are you straight biting? Okay. As long as you admit it, yo.
That's why I'm an excellent content creator.
James B got one, Ron. James B got one.
The remix is better though. All right, here we go. James B with the order. It is Swiper, Ox, Mars, Chill, Ron. Ironically, what I was gonna say is we're gonna take the order and flip it and do it that way. Okay. All right.
Ron, I hate when you draft.
Drink more water.
Why you get the draft?
Drink more water.
Yeah, well, drink more water. Order is stupid.
And James B was first. This is America.
Got one too.
All right, here we go. So James B, we rocking with your order. Here's what we're gonna do. We got groups, right? Everybody's gonna pick a group, and you are gonna come up with a 7-man lineup with every team in that group. Swiper,
that's not fair.
Are first, so you get to choose which group you want first.
That's so fair.
Let me see the groups again. Let me see the West groups because I'm definitely not picking the East. All right, so B, A.
What's your problem with the East, White?
It's the Eastern Conference. They haven't had a champion in years. C.
Interesting.
What's it been? Literally just what's it been? 3 weeks? What's it been? 3 weeks?
Man, that's tough. Go to B. Damn.
We're choosing. We're making a team out of this group.
Swiper. Who
you are? You're drafting a roster with.
All right, I'm taking B. I'm taking B.
All right, Swiper got West B. Who we got now?
It's me, and I got West A.
All right.
Damn, you took the Rockets. Oh my god!
I didn't take the Rockets. I took the Kings.
Yeah, but by default, you took us too.
Mars, I could switch. I could switch if you want them.
It's on me.
Yeah.
Let me see the East teams just to give them some limelight.
Which one of them teams got real aura?
Real aura?
Draft that league, Chill. Go ahead.
So after looking at East the East groups, let me get West C, please.
All right, so Swiper got West B. Ox got West A.
Mm-hmm.
Mars got West C.
Ron, you can go ahead and take the Halliburton.
Yeah, take EC, Chill. Say what you want to say. Just draft Boston.
Chill wants EC and Ron wants the Halliburton group.
I'll take EC, sure. Just like Mars wanted Houston and he wanted West A. So
and then Ox had to ruin it.
Right? Chill is such a merch. You're such a just.
You got some nerve calling me a merch. You wouldn't even pick any from the East. You got some nerve calling me a merch. What the hell?
Chill. What group did you take?
I'm taking EC. I'll take EC, sure.
Let's guess what Ron's gonna take.
Damn, y'all left me with
the Bucks and the Pacers. Oh my god, who's gonna take?
I would take this group, but god damn, I don't want Detroit.
Jalen Duren at the 5 in this group.
What? I mean, Ron, what are you talking about?
Wait, Ron. I don't even know.
Oh, left me with nothing. East A. I don't even want to be in this draft.
East A
has to be in this draft.
You shouldn't be in this draft.
East A is not bad.
East A is not bad. God damn.
Man, Ron, hurry up and take East B. Like, we
Yeah,
ain't got time
please,
for it.
please hurry up. I got
Ron, we know you
I got
taking
7 minutes.
Yeah,
yeah, I got East A.
This
I got
why
East A.
we didn't want you in the draft, Ron. You wasted
Okay,
time.
he took A. He took A for some weird reason. Okay, interesting.
No, 7-man rotation.
Yes.
Yeah. Shit. I'll take East B. This
Oh,
is trash.
wow.
Ron, hurry up.
Exactly.
Swiper, you sat up here for 3 minutes. Debate the West. You had the best
It didn't even
rules.
take that long. It took 50 seconds.
You got to twist Ron's arm.
All right. Here's how we rock in. Here's what it's looking like. Let me go ahead and put this on the screen. All right, Swiper, it's on you first.
Okay, can I see the groups? Because I don't remember all the teams.
OKC, the Suns, the Lakers, the Jazz, and the Spurs.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to slow down there, buddy. So I'm taking SGA at the 1, Wemby at the 5. What?
We going one pick at a time.
You're too fast. Swiper, you're too quick.
I mean, if you think about it, he could just drop.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to wait.
Because it's not like
we're
I
all
can
in the
take
same group. That doesn't
Yeah, I
make
can't
any
take
sense.
this.
It don't
We
gotta
can't
make
pull
sense
from the
to
group.
you.
All right, I'll take SGA 1. SGA 1.
Taking SGA.
All right, Swiper got SGA as his first
The
pick.
best playoff guard in the West. Go ahead. I got it.
All right, Ox, who you rocking with?
Can't hear you, Ox.
Just give me DeMontis at the power forward.
Yeah, that
Power
was...
forward.
Yes, the power forward. I know ball, Swiper. Relax.
Mars.
So do I want the best player in the world or the third best player in the world? I'll take the best player in the world. Let me get Luka Doncic.
I know. I knew he was going to do it. We all knew
Yeah,
it. But wait, but we're all picking from this. We can't pick from each other's groups, right?
No.
Yeah, so I'm getting.
I don't know why. I don't. All right.
Yeah, I'm getting both of them. I want to draft the best player first. That's all it is. I mean, welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Chill.
I'm going to take Jason Tatum at the 3.
Second best player.
Here he go, taking JT. Oh,
Yep.
I guess since I don't really have a choice, I'm gonna take Giannis.
Damn, Ron. Sorry we had to twist your arm. Damn.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, man, that's trash. But you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Swiper is back on you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember who's in my group.
The Rockets, the Kings, the Clippers, the Blazers.
This is
The
tough.
Blazers might as well not even be
the
here.
Timberwolves.
Give me Victor Wembanyama, top 10 player of the league next year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to cook all y'all, bro. This is crazy. My team is way too good. Goodness gracious.
I have the best player that's been picked so far, so I'm cooking.
You do not actually,
No.
sir.
Yes,
Per
MVP.
MVP rankings, that's not true. Go ahead.
Don't want to care about the MVP.
Ron, let me
My guy
get,
has MVPs, real MVPs, legit
Who?
MVPs.
Who?
What you mean? Who?
My guy has a real finals appearance.
Ooh.
burn.
Ooh.
Hey,
Ooh.
Ron, let me get
In the
Let
real
me
finals loss.
let me get De'Aaron Fox.
My
at the
guy
point
just
guard,
won the
Ron.
NBA championship, so
Yeah, but you had an easy run. We don't care about your guy.
of course.
Who'd you
Actually
play a
said
healthy
who?
team in the playoffs? Go
I
ahead.
want De'Aaron Fox at the point guard, Ron.
Yeah,
Okay,
Dallas
okay.
in the NBA championship.
Luka was clearly limping.
Let me get another top 5 player in the world. Arguably top 3. Let me get Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Luka.
Ron, we're picking 7 players, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Steph.
Yeah.
I mean, Steph can play off the ball next to Luka. I mean, we chill.
Yo, hurry this draft up, Ron. You're taking too long. Get to the keys.
Mm-hmm.
Chill. Who you rocking with?
Taking Mobley at the 4.
Who do you have at 5? Oh, you have Mobley.
Joe
and
will
then
do
Tatum?
anything to not take the Finals MVP. Interesting. Okay.
All
He
right.
said he didn't deserve it.
Y'all know I got Giannis out the way with, so let me go ahead and I shouldn't even chose Giannis over this guy. Let me get the real Olympian, Tyrese Halliburton.
Hallie and Giannis is
Now
actually really
Giannis,
nice.
now Giannis not an Olympian. Okay.
That's a
Giannis
really
the fake
nice
Olympian,
pairing.
Ron?
Think about that for a second.
That's a really nice pairing.
Olympic gold medal winner. My bad. Let me clear.
Ron, you typing this in somewhere, right? So we'll be able to see.
Yeah, he tapping it.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for the championship, y'all.
Do you need to see it right now? Did you
No, we
forget
good.
No, we good.
I know my team.
Yeah, I know who I got. I know I got the two best players drafted still.
All right. Swipe is back on you. You got SGA and Wemby.
What kind of fun do I want to have? This is funny. I'm off the bench. Give me AD, Anthony Davis, please.
Still yet to draft a player better than either one of my guys. Crazy.
That's interesting. Show playoffs? Go ahead.
What, my finals MVP in 2022? And then my finals appearance in 2022?
Finals appearance?
Right,
he doesn't have any hardware in his roster, by the way. First team All
Okay,
NBAs.
so my first.
Oh,
my
yeah,
first
yeah. Doesn't have a conference finals MVP.
Could you try to only talk when it's your turn, Swiper?
So
I got DeMontis at the 4, De'Aaron at the 1. I'm gonna go to the bench now, Ron. Coming off the bench, I'm gonna go ahead and grab Malik Monk.
I thought he was gonna draft Kawhi off the bench and then get Keegan Murray with your next pick. But what do I know?
I got this, Mars. I got this.
I believe
under
in
control. All right.
Mars.
So I got my backcourt set. Then I'm gonna need some defense, of course. So let me go ahead and get Jaren Jackson to run my 4. Let me get Jaren Jackson Jr. to run my 4.
Triple J at the 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Chill.
Best two guard in the game. Best two guard in the game at the 2 guard.
Jalen Brunson.
You got Devin Booker over there?
Donovan Mitchell.
He got Kobe Buffin. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Chill. What's your team? Donovan Mitchell, Tatum, and Evan Mobley.
Wait, so what position does Jalen Brown play? Sure.
The 2.
Oh, so the Finals MVP, Conference Finals MVP.
Yes, sir.
You know better than Donovan Mitchell.
Just
okay. Well, I thought accolades mattered. I don't know.
So I guess
didn't they play versus each other too? All right.
Yeah, I thought accolades mattered. That's what Chill told me.
They 100% matter. 100% they do.
So I don't know how many Finals MVPs you got to win before he better than Donovan Mitchell.
I guess we're doing that with Chauncey Billups too. I guess we're doing that with.
I mean, I'm just I guess Jalen Brown got to win Finals MVP again next year.
We doing that with
draft.
This is what we're looking at right now, and I'm taking Bam Adebayo with my 3rd pick.
Bam,
this is what everything is looking right now.
No spacing.
Swiper has SGA, Wemby, and AD so far. Big Ox has Sabonis. Well, he basically has the Sacramento Kings. Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, and Malik Monk.
I wish Ox took this seriously.
I'm taking this very seriously. Thank you very much, Swiper. That's Malik is supposed to be coming off the bench. Ron putting it in like this, make it seems like this is my starting lineup or something. You know what I'm saying? I got Malik coming off the bench, but don't worry about it. Y'all see what I'm doing.
Mars has Luka, Steph, and Triple J. Phil has Jason Tatum, Evan Mobley, and Donovan Mitchell. And Ron has Giannis, Hallie, and Bam so far. All right, let's keep it moving. Swiper, you have your 4th pick. Who are you going to take in the group?
At this spot, I'm going to take. So who do I have? Shea, Wemby, AD.
Yep.
Man, that's crazy. Give me LeBron James.
Okay. Fairly easy pick. Big Ox. Now would be the time for you to take DeMar DeRozan.
I forgot DeMar was on the team.
What?
How did I do that? No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yo, Embiid just be throwing the ball.
So, starting at the 3 guard, we're gonna take the one and only Keegan Murray.
There we go.
All right.
So I've got Steph, Luka, and Jaren Jackson. That helps with some defense a little bit, but we still need some more defense. So let me go ahead and get Herb Jones, please. Let me get Herb Jones.
Herbert. All right, chill. Who you rocking with?
Taking Trae Young,
Mobley, and Mitchell.
Taking Trae Young at my lead guard.
Trae Young and Donovan
Mitchell.
Mitchell
hasn't learned from the small backcourt experiment. He's just building the Cavaliers again.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and go with none other than Hemi Butler.
What's your team? Hallie, Bam, Jimmy, and Giannis.
Giannis, yeah.
Oh my gosh, and that's no shooting. Nice
we don't
defense,
need
though.
shooting when you got defense. Who needs
Cook. I got both.
Get steals and layups, man. Let's run the floor.
Look at Joe Ingles playing football. WJ.
All right, Swipe is back on you. SGA, Wemby, AD, and Bron.
And give me Devin Booker.
There you have it. Big Ox.
Yo, what is USA doing?
Okay. At the starting 2, we're gonna go and get Anthony Edwards.
I like that.
Starting at the 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So I got Lucas, Steph, Herb, and Jaren Jackson. That's great defense on the wings. I like another playmaker. Let me get Nikola Jokic. Yeah.
Oh.
He was on the board? Are you serious? What?
I would like another playmaker. I guess I'll just take Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
What? The hell?
My team's pretty good. What can I say?
Wow.
All right, chill. How you rocking?
I'll take Jared Allen at the 5.
You really are just building the Cavs and putting JT at the 3. That's what he's doing.
No, I'm not.
All right, Jared Allen.
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and take let me get Scotty Barnes, man. I'll take
Scotty with the
Nice,
body. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Swiper is back on you. Are you rocking?
As my 6th man on this team, I'll be drafting Kevin Durant.
Damn. All right, Big Ox.
At my starting center, I'll take Rudy Gobert.
Mhm.
The Stifle Tower.
So we got Steph, Luka, Herb, Jaren Jackson, and Jokic. So, Steph is a Draymond Green merchant. So let me get Draymond Green to come off my bench.
That's an expensive backpack.
Hey man, we need someone to set some illegal screens for Steph off ball while Luka dribbling the air out of the ball.
No. I'm saying since Steph is the one that's the Draymond merchant, he's the expensive backpack. Not
Yeah,
Draymond.
that's why I need Draymond to set those illegal screens for him so that he can. Yeah.
All right, Mars got Draymond. Got some protection for these guys. Nobody's messing with Draymond and Jokic.
Exactly.
Good pick up, Mars. Chill. Who you got? Which is
I'm going in a different direction because with my second unit, I like what I've seen from this kid as a rim protector. I'm going with Sarr at the 5, coming off the bench.
What?
Yes, sir.
The young fella.
Young fella.
I respect it. I
I
respect
like
it.
I like what I saw from him. Yes, sir.
Now that offense is gonna take a little while.
Over
but-
Porzingis?
Hey, he made his pick.
I'm good.
He went with Sarr. Anything
Over
to hate
Al
on the finals
Horford?
MVP. Anything to hate on the finals MVP. It's cool.
All right, Alex Sarr.
You're worse than Grant Hill, chill. How could you not take JB?
Because he refuses to put JT and JB on the same team so JT can get outshined again. That's all it is. I see right through it.
Well, I mean, seeing that Donovan Mitchell is
Need
the
a better
best shooting
prescription
guard in the
capacity.
league, if he's better than Jalen Brown, that ultimately means that he's better
better
than
than
Jason
Jason
Tatum, and that ultimately means he's going to outshine him like he started to do. You know what? We not.
You need
Yeah,
a better
you-
prescription with your glasses, Mars.
You-
You do. You need your glasses don't work. You need a
Man,
better
I see what you're doing to Jalen Brown, man. I'm not standing for it.
All right, y'all. Give me Pascal Siakam.
Hmm.
And this is what this looks like as of right now, in case you're wondering in the chat. This is what we have cooked up so far. The man Swiper got SGA, Wemby, AD, Bron, D-Book, and Kevin Durant. Big Ox has Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, Keegan Murray, Anthony Edwards, and Rudy Gobert. Mars has Luka, Steph, Triple J, Herb Jones, Nikola Jokic, and Draymond Green. Chill has Jason Tatum, Evan Mobley, Donovan Mitchell, Trey Young, Jared Allen, and Alex Sarr. Ron has Giannis, Hallie, Bam, Jimmy Buckets, Scotty Barnes, and Pascal Siakam. We each have one more pick. So make your last move your best move, fellas. Swipe it how you rocking.
So for the sake of fit, the seventh person I'm going to take in this draft, I'm going to add. Yeah, just do that. I add Lauri Markkanen.
AD feasting on these rebounds right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Swiper got Lauri. Big Ox, who is your last pick? This should be interesting.
Can you please draft the Rocket for me, Ox, please? Pretty please.
I can draft the Rocket for you. If Kawhi Leonard is going to play for the Rockets next year, because I'm going to bring Kawhi Leonard off the bench with Malik Monk to round out my 7.
Hold on, you said who?
Kawhi Leonard. Right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I got a lot of options. I've weighed them all out. I got MPJ as an option, just as a 6'10 sharpshooter. I got Kyrie Irving as an option, just as a bucket getter off the bench. I got Zion Williamson as an option, as the lob threat Luka needs. I also have Ja Morant as an option. So I'm really spoiled for choice here. But when I look at my roster, with Luka and Steph handling backcourt responsibilities and Jokic playmaking, I don't need a guard. What I need is that vertical spacing. So let me go ahead and get Zion Williamson, please.
Not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. Zion and Draymond at the 4 and 5. We're gonna get those minutes.
Nah.
You're not gonna give the world what they want.
we gonna run some interesting lineups. But my team clearly fits better than anyone. But you know,
I know one thing: Jokic and Zion,
Luka and Zion, Steph and Zion. Hey man, Jaren Jackson small ball 5 minutes for spacing. We could
not mad at it. All right, chill. Who is your 7th pick?
Pick is off. Jalen Brown.
Oh, about time. Finals MVP, finally.
JB. All right. Chill capped it with Jalen Brown. His lineup is Tatum, Mobley, Donovan Mitchell, Trey Young, Jared Allen, Alex Sarr, and Jalen Brown. And last but not least, we need a little bit of shooting. We got Hallie, he could shoot. Jimmy, he's streaky. Bam. So we're going to go with the best shooter on the board, or the second best shooter in this whole thing, outside of Steph. Damian Lillard.
Outside of Keegan Murray.
Dame Dollar.
Dame really a better shooter than Luka for real?
Yes.
Based on what?
On what he...
Chill, don't engage. Chill, you don't have to do this one.
So the mid-range just isn't shooting. That doesn't count.
Yes, the mid-range does count.
Luka clears in the mid-range.
Nah, I don't think so.
This season or period?
Well, both, but this season in particular.
Wow. I mean, I don't
Dame
know.
don't even be going to the midi for real.
Dame definitely goes to the mid-range, Mars. 100% he does.
He
Dame
does.
100%
leading
goes
league
to the
in
mid-range.
threes too. All self-created.
Now this year I could get with you. Okay. But I don't think Luka's a better shooter than Dame Lillard. No.
And if
I
I
so.
bring
Better
up
scorer, yes. Better scorer, I'll give you that. 100% I'll give you that.
But what more
Better
he need
shooter?
to do? What more he need to do? He lead the league in threes made. He self-creates like 75% of his threes. He shoots 50% on middies.
This season.
Well, in like the last 3 years too. But like, what more does he? Oh, damn my phone. What more does he have to do? Like, what more does he have to do to be a
And
better
what-
shooter than Dame?
and
Dame
what
shoot
more
from
does-
further away. I mean,
What
like,
more? What more does Dame have to do to be a better shooter than him? He shoots better at the stripe. He's actually a better self creator at the long ball line. 100% he is. He's better in the clutch than Luka has been. I think he's better off the dribble in the mid range than Luka overall, and he's proven that. So I mean, I'll give you this season, but overall, no.
yeah, I agree to disagree, man. Luka got it, man. Luka got it.
All right, I'm gonna put this on the screen right here so you guys can see everybody's team. And I need all of you guys to take a minute, 60 seconds, to describe what your lineups are and why your team is the best. Yeah, let's go 90 seconds. 90 seconds to describe why your team is the best. Swiper, your team is first, so you can go ahead and go first. Why is your team the best up here?
I have the most well-balanced team. I have the best overall team. I have the most talent on my team. My team makes the most sense. I got the best defensive team, bar none. I got the offensive players. I got the shooting. I got Wemby, Anthony Davis. Yeah, 1,000% SGA at the point. So they're unstoppable. They're beating everyone. I have KD and Lauri coming off the bench. Yeah, it's wraps. Mars is the only other person that has a team that's even comparable that could do anything versus this lineup. Just because they got Jokic in the middle of the paint. So yeah, I don't need 90 seconds. Chilling for Oxen 0 because we would never play. He wouldn't make it to the playoffs. And then Ron, you're cooked. So I'll see you in championship, Mars.
W.
All right, Big Ox. We are wondering how your Sacramento Kings iteration of a team is.
Well, since my team isn't constructed by true shooting, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know.
Let's get to the bottom of that, brother. Let's start.
My team isn't constructed by
who's he aiming at?
You. That's what we're talking about. He's talking about you.
Yeah. My team is not constructed by true shooting. It's constructed by basketball. Nobody is staying in front of De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, and Anthony Edwards coming down the court. Obviously, we have the best post presence in Domantas Sabonis. We have a rim protector in Rudy Gobert, which has been the Kings' problem this whole time, right, y'all? And obviously, we got Kawhi Leonard off the bench, who is, still serviceable. Keegan Murray as our shooter. I'm gonna do a hell of a job coaching this team. So I don't got too much to say, Ron. We got all the pieces we need to have a great basketball team. We're not missing anything. You can't name one thing that we're missing on this team. We have outside shooting. We have rim pressure on offense. We have rim protection on defense. We got dogs. We're young. We're fast. This is the best team by far, hands down. And once again, I would like to reiterate, we're based on actually playing basketball, not analytics and true shooting. El basketball, Swiper. El basketball.
LeBron's better than anybody on their team, by the way, just to be clear.
Stop lying.
He's my third best player.
Stop lying. I don't even know what Swiper got on this team. Let me actually look at y'all teams.
Yeah, I want you to look at it. Open your eyes.
I haven't looked at any of y'all teams until just this minute. So, oh yeah, you got a good team though, Swiper. I like your team.
It could be coached by you, and they're still running 16-2 in the finals. Go ahead.
That's fire. Mars, talk to me about why your team is indeed the best team on here.
So I have arguably the 3 best offensive players in the sport. I have Steph, who plays off the ball, coming off DHOs with Nikola Jokic. Just imagine Jamal Murray on super duper uber steroids. I then have Draymond Green, who is one of the best off-ball playmakers, connectors, screen setters in the NBA, who can get guys open as much as he wants to. Luka Doncic is an offense unto himself. A Luka Jokic pick and roll offensively will be unstoppable because you can't blitz, you can't hedge, you can't switch, you can't do anything. That's unstoppable. Then I understand defensively there's question marks, but then guess what? Herb Jones, who had one of maybe the highest defensive responsibility in the NBA this season, as someone who was switching, playing no defense, guarding bigs from time to time, he can do everything on defense. But you know what I put next to him? Jaren Jackson Jr., who when he plays the 4 is one of the best roamers in the NBA, one of the best rim protectors in the NBA, and has shown an ability to play high in pick and roll also. Jokic is someone who can play at the level of screens too. Draymond Green can play every pick and roll coverage you can imagine, whether it's drop, switch, or hedge. He can do all of them. And then also, guess what? Off the bench, I got maybe the best lobster in the NBA for Luka and Jokic. You saw what he did with Derek Jones and Derek Lively. in Luka. You saw what Jokic does with Aaron Gordon. Now imagine it's Zion. In the open court, imagine it's Zion. Then, where's the spacing for Zion? Oh, guess what? We just gonna run Jaren Jackson at the 5, Steph, and Luka. Oh my God, spacing. It's amazing. My team fits. I can go a bunch of different lineups, a bunch of different combinations we can put out there with defense, all offense, however we want to do it. It works because I'm just the best GM of all time. I'm just really good at what I do.
All right. There you have it. Mars Cookshaw, all in all, basically. Chill. Talk to us about your team.
I want to start the conversation with I got arguably the best distributor on my team because I don't have nothing on my team. I got a bunch of bucket getters. I got a bucket getter in Jason Tatum. I got a bucket getter in Donovan Mitchell. I got a lob threat, which Trey has made Clint Capella one of the better lob threats in the league. I can only imagine what he's going to do with Evan Mobley and with Jarrett Allen. He's going to be even better with those guys. On top of that, we have people to protect. We have people to protect Trey. We have people to protect Donovan Mitchell, who actually is a damn good defender with rim protection with both Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley and Jason Tatum on the front line. I also have a rookie coming off the bench who's fantastic. And please don't let me forget that the distributor and playmaker that Trey is, he's going to get Jalen Brown, who, by the way, is an even more bucket getter. He's going to get him more involved in the game. And I just think we roll over every last one of y'all.
All right. There you have it. This is why everybody believes that their team is the best. These are the teams that we drafted. I'm about to run this poll right now. Y'all let me know who has the best team up here. In the meantime, we got Super Chats.
Let's do it. Later, Swiper. Be easy, brother.
We got Swiper skipping out on the rest of the show. See, Swiper don't love y'all for real.
I still waiting for my phone call from as his best friend. Still waiting on. I haven't heard from him in weeks. But this is my.
He come up here, act like he's a real people person, but he really don't. He won't call, chill. He won't stick around to the end of the show. He won't like Swiper's just.
I stayed an extra. Hey, look. I love y'all so much. I stayed an extra 42 minutes today, knowing I got a whole assignment I got to go get done. So, look, shout out, love y'all.
Swiper, you didn't have to, brother.
Later, brother. Be easy.
Be easy.
Go handle that.
All right, y'all. Let's get into these Super Chats. Shane Howard said, "Hey, fellas," in chat. My apologies if this changes the topic, but I know most talks about Bronny's college stats and average. But what would you guys say about AJ Johnson's? He went in the first round.
So did Peyton Watson. Didn't Peyton Watson go in the first round too?
Yep.
Yeah.
He averaged 2 a game at UCLA. So
we're talking about Bronny a lot because he's LeBron's son. I mean, I understand it, but no one would care if the 55th pick in Summer League didn't look very good. Like, he's a 55th pick. It's really not that deep. But I watched us play against the Lakers, and the whole storyline was about Bronny. Reed Sheppard is out there playing. Everything's about Bronny. Like, you're putting unnecessary attention on someone who was a 55th pick for a reason. I'm not saying he can't become good, but there's a reason he was a 55th pick. And you're talking about him like he's a top 10 pick and people are expecting him to perform like a top 10 pick. When he went 55th, like, he's clearly a flawed player.
For a reason too, Mars, by the way. It's not like he went 55th.
Exactly.
It's not like he went 55th and somebody made a mistake. He went 55th for a reason.
Exactly. So, like, I don't know why people are expecting like anything crazy from him. He's a project. He's got a little while to go, and he'll be there at some point.
All right, y'all. At this moment in time, Team Australia has narrowed the lead down to 11 points. It's 6 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in the game. Team USA is up 86-75 right now. Couple notable stat lines for Team Australia. Dyson Daniels has 12 points. Jock Landale has 15, leading them in scoring. And Josh Giddey has 14 as well, and 8 rebounds and 4 assists. And Landale also has 7 rebounds and 6 assists. So shout out to them. As for Team USA right now, with 17 points, Anthony Davis is leading the team and 14 rebounds, 2 blocks as well. Shout out to AD.
I like that.
What else we got going on here? With 14 points, Anthony Edwards has 14. He had 11 in the first quarter. He's only scored 3 since, but shout out to Ant. both with 10 points coming in is LeBron and AD, or LeBron and Joel Embiid. They both have 10 points respectively. And that's what we're looking at right now with Team USA. So we'll see how this game closes out. 86-78 right now. Team Australia's fighting. So hey, we'll see what it looks like. As for these super chats, though, back to them. 7 Gram Swish said, respectfully, Reed played against better players in college. This is easy work for him.
No, he didn't. The players that he played with, he didn't play against anybody on Ole Miss that's better than these guys. No, he didn't. He didn't play against any guys that at a Vanderbilt that was better than these guys. No, he didn't. That's not true.
Yeah, that is correct. I understand what you're saying, but that's crazy to say that. All of these dudes that are playing in the summer league were the man on their college team.
Every last one of them. Enrique Freeman led the country.
Even Bronny.
All right, man. Australia just scored again. They're on a 10-0 run right now. They are up, or the U.S. is only up 6 points right now, 86-80 with 5 minutes to go. Dyson Daniels just got a fast break layup. Uh-oh. Maybe Team USA needs KD back. Their real number one option. Ray Starr said, Mars, we're going to see how good Cam and Reed is on Thursday when they play against the Timberwolves defense. Also, Terrence Shannon Jr. got a say to be the best in this class.
He been hooping.
Maybe
Facts.
I'm on something nonsense. I watched, that kid Nix. Nix is the fat kid at the park where we can't really do nothing with him. Like, we can't stop him. We can't figure out how to slow him down. But he just keeps getting buckets. He ain't really that fast, but he's not slow either. I really don't know what to do with him, though.
You talking about Deshaun Nix?
Yeah,
Yes.
Deshaun Nix. Yeah.
That's who he is.
Jalen Clark, by the way, who was the Wolves pick last year, but he tore his Achilles, so never played. He's very good defensively. He got drafted for defense, but it's nice to see him come back from the Achilles tear and still be as good of a defensive playmaker as he is. It's nice to see. I want to say, I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure he was the Pac-10 Defensive Player of the Year when he was at UCLA. I want to say. I might be wrong, but I'm like 80% sure he was. So very good defender. And I don't know if he's going to play for the Wolves this year, but very good and nice to see him back.
Yeah, shout out to him. And once again, shout out to Terrence Shannon Jr. Terrence Shannon was... First off, I think he was drafted 2 years too late. I think he should have been somebody should have been trying to draft him when he was at Texas Tech. He should have never even had to go over to
Illinois.
To Illinois, yeah. But
Right.
I mean, he stayed, he bought out, he's looking good out here. The Terrence Shannon I know his game was more based on the long ball, crossover, step backs, and things like that. He's got really athletic.
He a big ass guard too.
Yeah, bro, he is.
I don't know how big he is, but he's like 6'6".
Yeah, but a big 6'6" though.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
6'6", but I'm coming downhill like I'm 6'9".
Yes.
And then Ray Starr said Reed and Cam got to play against the Timberwolves defense. Is their defense like that? This is summer league. This isn't the regular season.
Well, Terrence Shannon is aggressive. He's a defensive playmaker, and Jalen Clark. So it's gonna be, they're gonna get into Reeds and Cam. They're gonna, like, if they're playing, they're gonna be physical with them, be aggressive. They haven't really dealt with that level of aggression defensively so far, I would say.
All right, we'll be looking forward to it. Hopefully Cam's still playing, hopefully Reed's still playing, and we can see a good matchup. Smokey said, Ron, he took the money. Now he would have to wait a year from now. So he took the money early, G.
Well, he would have made more if he waited the extra year, but also his contract now is going to be over sooner, so he'll be eligible for more money on the back end. So he'll end up making it back up as long as he stays healthy.
And he's still going to be in his prime too.
Yeah, but if he stays healthy, he'll make it back up. So he'll be all right. He's not going to lose much.
The Tribe One has been a member for 11 months. He said, being a day one is crazy. Salute to y'all.
W day ones.
Facts. Real day ones. Alan L said, what's the PC power ranking right now? Ox is last. L Ox.
Oh, yeah, the power rankings will be different because obviously people have left the platform, so we don't have a last place anymore. Yeah,
Oh shit, yo, Mars
We
is
could get,
disgusting.
we could
yo.
get, we could get
Mars is disgusting.
That'll be interesting.
What that was Alan Larson. I was last.
Yeah,
Indeed.
it looked like he meant like
Get
unanimous.
the change, Ox. Get it.
I wonder if Alan Nell would possibly ever sign up for the PCL, or if he's too chicken shit.
If you lost to Alan R, would you give him your spot on the panel?
Hell yeah.
Damn, the
I'm
number one option.
I'm about that,
Mars.
Mars. You know how many times I've been on the court with dudes that play, high level somewhere, and they get to talking. I'll be like, bro, play me for your contract. And they be like, oh, shut up, man. I'm like, you see, you're not about that.
I've been here before. I've witnessed this.
You know what time it is. Play me for your contract. Shut up. I'm about that.
All right. Hallie, corner ball 3. Man, give it to your clutch players. Hey, when it's big time clutch moments, give it to your big time clutch players, man.
Ron would rather talk about Hallie than read these chats.
Hey, man.
Focus, Ron. Ron, when you focus,
chill.
Ron.
Chill. What country are you in right now?
Ron.
What country are you in right now?
I am in America.
Okay. America is playing in the Olympics on the biggest stage in the world.
You know what else is going on?
Ron?
You know what else is going on, Ron?
This is an exhibition game.
Not only is it an exhibition game, Mars, but people paid their money for Superchats. That's what's going on too.
Facts. And if you cared that much, Ron, we would have been on playback watching the game.
Why we not on playback, Ron?
Yeah, all right.
Well, see, it's certain things that are going on right now that you guys don't know about that
Omar was
can't
right.
really get spoken on.
Omar was right.
Man, shout out my man Omeezy, man.
Facts.
Garbage.
Cultured Saunders said, chill. That was the counter sniper, not the shooter on the roof.
I don't know, man. It looked like it was somebody. Well, he clearly wasn't doing his job.
Damn, they out here running plays. Counter snipers, back screens, all type of stuff. Rob Wick said, shout out the panel. Ron and Ox, next shot on me next time I see y'all outside. Surprise team to make a run next season /playoffs. Who y'all?
My dude buying drinks, Ox? My dude buying drinks?
Yo, I was outside last night, and this hangover is telling me don't ever drink again. So I'm cool.
You got to chill.
Oh, I'm cool.
Me and Rob was low-key in the spot getting split too. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I ain't had no business doing what I was doing last night, man.
But my man Rob said surprise team to make a run next season /playoffs. Who y'all got?
The Rockets.
The Kings.
Sure, you got the Rockets too?
Yes, I got.
He said we're gonna be a top 5 seed. I ain't even say that.
I think they're a top 5 seed next year.
So I asked Mars, he says the Rockets. I asked Ox, he says the Kings.
Nah, really though, for real, Ron. No, I'm serious though. The Wizards.
All right, chill. You got the Rockets.
I do have the Rockets, yes, sir.
All right. I'll just jump off a limb and say DeJounte Murray in the Pelicans.
It shouldn't be a surprise.
You see what he's doing in Seattle, Ron? The little camp he doing?
What camp?
He's doing a little camp for like kids, basketball camp. DeJounte.
Not locked into the community, Ron?
They all do camps.
No, this is his first one. He said it's his first one.
Okay.
So,
shout out.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a big deal, but I guess I'm more tapped into Seattle culture than Ron.
Oh, do you know how many NBA players
Look at me. I'm better.
Isaiah Thomas does the camp.
I'm better.
Jason Terry does the camp. Doug
cool.
Christie does the camp.
But when I tell you about DeJounte,
camps.
you don't know. When I tell you about DeJounte, you don't know. Lock in, man.
All right. You know about Jaden McDaniels camp?
Be tapped into your community, man.
All right. I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna give away.
Does Martell do a camp too, Ron?
No, Markel, he don't care about the community.
Nah, I'm Martell Webster.
He don't care about the community.
Neither do you. You don't know about DeJounte's camp.
I'm with Markel,
Ron.
I'm with Markel.
You
Between us, you know how I feel about them kids.
No,
Pimp named Slickback sent to a super chat. He said, if the Hawks give Ace Bailey or Cooper Flagg to the Spurs, we need to investigate Adam Silver in the Hawks organization.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Hawks can only do trades with the Spurs because the Spurs have their picks. So they can't tank. Like, that's why they're trying to make a team that's somewhat competitive. They can't tank because the Spurs will just have their picks. So That's why I think they're trying to be good right now. Otherwise, Spurs get Cooper Flag next to Wemby. I'm here for it, man.
All right, y'all. It's a minute left. Team USA is up 92-85. It looks like Josh Giddey just got a bucket. So we will see how this whole thing transpires. Shout out Giddey. Shout out Giddey, man.
Is that the professor in the first row? The professor's at the game. Nice.
Adam West.
From and one?
Yeah, he in the house. Adam West said, free buddy. RIP Drakeo the ruler. RIP and free that man. Football CF Candy said, Reed, Buzelis, Castle been the best rookie so far.
I think you got to throw Terrence Shannon in there, but Castle's look good.
Castle's nice, Mars.
Buzelis, I'm not gonna speak on Buzelis. I don't want to be a hater.
What? Buzelis got down last night.
The first game, I didn't like some of the things I seen, but
you didn't see last night, Mars?
Nah, I kept.
You didn't see him catch a body?
I seen that. Of course, I seen that.
He got busy last night.
I kept an eye on
step back threes. You ain't see the minis?
No, I said the first game I seen things I didn't like. That's why I said the first game I seen things I didn't like, and it's not from a play standpoint. Some questionable things in terms of effort and motor and body language I didn't like. So I was
okay.
But like he's looked good. I just wouldn't put him in that top 3 because I think Terrence Shannon would be in that top 3. And then Reeds and Stephen Castle. Stephen Castle only played one game though. I think they shut him down. I think.
Well, he played in the other summer league too, though.
Yeah, the Cali Classic. But rookies. Who else has looked good? Yeah, those will be my top 3. Those will be my top 3, unless I'm forgetting someone. Jordan Miller from the Clippers. Jordan.
Yep.
He been hooping. Yeah. So him too.
Marcus FRM 626 said L poll to not include Terrence Shannon, Ron.
Facts.
L poll. Marcus FRM then said the Wolves Summer League team has some fun defense.
It does.
All right. Can't wait to see them versus Houston. Cultured Saunders said Scum Gang on top. Dub Morris, Dub Swiper.
I don't know why I just get pointing in that bracket, man. I'm a good guy.
You're not, Mars, and that's okay that you're not. Embrace it.
I give to charity. I give to charity.
Mars, you've already said more than once.
I help my community.
No problem. Okay,
you follow kids camps all around the world, including the most city in America.
You've already made it clear to us. You've already made it clear to us, which is we are part of your community. That you want every last one of us. You don't like any of us, by the way. That's number 1. Number 2, you want any of us. You cool with any of us being gone. You said that. So, Mars, if you would just embrace your scumbag, you would just be so much better.
See, this is the thing. See,
that's the thing.
This is the problem, man. People want people to publicize their good deeds, and that makes you a good person. Just because I do things and don't feel the need to publicize them, don't mean I'm a bad person, man. I'll be doing good things. I just don't feel the need to tell people I'm doing good things. I feel like if you have to tell everyone that you're doing good, you're only doing good for the recognition of doing good. You're not doing it for the actual point of being good. You fake good. You 100%. Fake good. I don't need to be fake good. I just do things because I feel like being a good guy. Right. But it's cool. 100%. I mean, that doesn't get appreciated anymore. It's just, you're a bad guy because you didn't record yourself when you was actually at the homeless shelter dishing out free food and stuff. No, you a bad guy. No, I'm not trying to hear
Mars, when's the last time you was at the homeless shelter?
I ain't never been to the homeless shelter.
Never. Exactly. This is the scumbag I'm talking about, Ron. This is the scumbag that I'm talking about.
Theoretically, I could have been, and you guys wouldn't know. That's the point. I could have been, and you guys would never know.
If you would just embrace it, Mars, I'm telling you, you'd be much happier.
I'm not trying to hear that, man. I'm trying to hear that.
All right, y'all. FIFA boy said, Mars, why is Harry Kane allergic to trophies?
Oh my God, Drew just turned the ball over. I don't know, but I find it funny that he went to the team that won the title like 8 straight years. He goes there and they don't win. And then obviously he lost to England yesterday. So he's still trophyless. I find that funny. But when you play for Tottenham, that's what happens. When you play for Tottenham, that's unfortunate.
Yo. All right. Team USA looks like they are down 5 points. They caught a foul right there.
Are they gonna lose?
Wait, how's it still a 7-point game? Didn't Josh Giddey just make a layup?
No, they called a foul on Drew Holiday.
Oh, they hating. They hating. That wasn't a foul. They
But
hating.
they were gonna,
that's
so they're not.
crazy.
I thought you said they were about to lose.
That's crazy.
No, it was gonna be a 5-point game with 27 seconds. They could have.
Drew Holiday turned the ball over, and Josh Giddey turned the ball over under the opposing hoop, Australia's hoop.
Yeah,
Josh Giddey got a layup, but they caught a foul.
They just saved Drew Holiday's legacy. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn. After Drew Holiday just saved somebody else's legacy, it's a lot of saving going on out here.
Drew Holiday gonna have 2 chips and 2 Olympic gold medals, and a bunch of all defense teams.
Damn that game! I'm about to go get a big ass bowl of pho. Make it super spicy.
Alan L said the streets saying Amen Thompson was the shooter.
I can't wait when Amen Thompson shoots double his 3-point percentage next year. I don't want to hear it, man.
Which is what, 31%, something like that.
27%.
27%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Pip named Slickback said Raptors will be better than the Hawks. Mars.
I feel like the Raptors will
I
start
can
the
see that.
season off well, but I feel like they want another good pick. So I think they might start off competitive and they'll just taper off in terms of just we want to lose. But I think the Hawks are going to try and win throughout the season because they have no choice.
Last but certainly not least, my man Pimp named Slickback sent through one more super chat. He said, laughing my ass off, chill. As a Nets fan, our over and under is 18.5 this year.
I don't even. I think it's going to be under that. I think they're going to be garbage.
Damn. Oh, you think they're going to be the Pistons of
I
this
think
season?
yes, they should be. They should be.
Ben Simmons is back.
They should be.
Ben Simmons redemption tour. Ben
They
Simmons
should be.
redemption.
That's who they should be. 100%.
Ben Simmons is back where?
Doing
Doing what?
I would love to do
Hooping.
this with you, but I can't do this another year with Ben Simmons. Hey, I just can't. I can't.
Hey, Ben, if you're watching this, just remember, I never gave up. Just remember, I never gave up.
Man, I haven't given up on you, but I'm not doing this.
You've given up. You've given up.
I'm
Ben,
not doing
I never
this.
gave up. Even Australia hating on you, not putting them on, putting you on the team. You're their best player. Damn, that was a good pass from Giddy.
We about to be back tomorrow. Same cast, same show, same time. Only when it matters. And don't be a casual, be an ex-casual by visiting playerschoicemerch.com. We'll catch you guys later. Be cool.
Later.
Merry Christmas.
Oh.